탱글타워라는 게임을 해보겠습니다. 7월 17일에 나오는 더 머메이드 마스크가 해보고 싶어서 먼저 1탄을 한번 해보고자 가져왔습니다. 해보겠습니다. 다행히 이거는 한국어가 지원이 됩니다. 시작! 탱글타워. 탱글타워 맞나요 근데? 오후 중반. 그림체 굉장히 마음에 들거든요?
You ready, Sally?
준비됐어, 셀리?
Rumor, I've been standing here for 7.5 minutes.
이름이 어렵다. 그림 뭐? 그러면 지금 7분 30초째 서 있기만 했어.
Just checking.
그냥 확인한 거야.
Do you have the map?
지도는 있어?
Yeah.
그게
but it's
있긴 한데 그냥
basically
터민
blank.
지도야.
Did you read the case file?
사건 파일을
What do you
읽었어?
think?
어떻게 생각해?
I'm not sure yet.
아직 모르겠어.
It's
정보는
really not
많진
a lot to go
않아.
on. Did you read it?
너는 읽었어?
Yeah, I'll read
사건
it
현장으로
on the way to
올라가는
the
길에
crime scene.
읽을게. 이게 지도인가? 사건 파일이고 살인 피해자 19세가 58세 이 남자의 같은 성씨네요. 가족인가봐요. 어쨌든 초성화를 그리는 도중에 사망했다라고 합니다. 그래서 이분의 탑에서 이제 현장에서 초성화 모델로 포즈를 취하고 있으셨고요. 등을 바닥에 대고 쓰러진 채 발견됐으며 가슴에 단 하나의 자상을 입은 상태였다. 현장에서 어떠한 무기도 발견되지 않았지만 프레야가 끝내지 못한 그림 속 주인공은 칼을 들고 있다. 이 칼을 들고 있나봐요. 칼 끝에 빨간색은 물감이 아니라 피인 것으로 확인이 됐다. 그럼 이 끝에 있는 이 칼 끝에 있는 이 피는 물감이 아니라 피로 그렸다라는 건가 봐요. 아, 이렇게 이거 장소고 이게 지도. 아, 이렇게 이걸 클릭하면 지도. 이걸 클릭하면 지도. 이거는 사건 파일 뭐 그런 건가 봐요.
The ground's moist, but it's
땅이
not muddy.
젖었어. 하지만 진흙투성이는 아니야.
Wonder how often it rains
여긴
here.
얼마나 자주 비가
I
내릴까?
cannot believe how exciting this
이번
murder
살인사건
investigation
조사가
is
얼마나
already.
흥미로울지 벌써부터 정말 기대되네. 어쨌든 여기서 클릭을 해서 뭔가 막 찾아내는 건가 봐요. 이거 너무 귀엽다.
It's a bird bath.
새들
Is that
역전해.
just rainwater?
빗물이 고인
Looks a
건가?
little
좀
weird.
수상한데
The birds seem to like it.
새들은 좋아하는 것 같네.
They're even singing a little
음에
tune.
맞춰서 노래를 부르고 있다고 합니다. 뚜뚜뚜뚜뚜뚜뚜뚜.
Please don't do that.
하지 말래요.
So, who?
Sally, you know full
셀리
well
올해
we
아직
haven't
여기서
met a
한 명도
single
못
suspect.
만났잖아.
We haven't even been to the
아직
crime
사건
scene.
현장에 가보지도 않았다고.
Still, I
그래도
reckon
난
I've
벌써
got it
모든
all worked
수수께끼를 푼
out.
것 같아.
Listen to me. It's a little boat. It's the only way
What
on.
a comforting thought.
이 배가 호수를 왕래할 수 있는 유일한 수단이라고 합니다. 한마디로 여기 이거 잘리면은 얘네 여기 갇힌다는 거 아니에요? 여기에서는 크게 다른 건 없는 것 같아요. 이렇게 해서 이동을 하면 되나 봅니다. 정원.
It's full of the same weird water that was in the lake.
여기 물은 다 보라색인가
Any
봐요.
fish in there?
Not a single
물고기도
one.
한 마리도
Although
없다고
there
합니다.
is something.
뭔가가
It's a
있긴 하대요.
cassette tape.
카세트 테이프가
Or
있다고?
used to be.
망가지기 전에는 카세트 테이프가 있네요. 라벨의 잉크는 던져서 알아볼 수 없다. 이렇게 확대해서 보면 뭐 좀 알 수 있는 건가? 게임 제목인 탱글타워가 여기의 장소인가 봐요. 이게 두 개의 탑이라고 합니다. 두 가문이라고 하네요. 펠로우? 뭐라 그러죠? 펠로우 가문과 포인터 가문. 그럼 이분들은 결혼을 어떻게 여기 두 가문에서만 서로 만나서 계속 하는 거예요? 그럼 이거 그냥 가족끼리 결혼한 거 아닌가? 아니면은 외부로부터 소개팅을 하나?
Spooky. What do you think it's for?
이건 뭐 같아?
I think it's to scare away detectives.
탐정들에게 겁을 줘서 쫓아내려는 걸 거야.
Is it working?
먹히고 있니?
No.
아니.
It's a statue of some
조각상인데 흉측하고
hideous,
비늘로
scaly,
뒤덮인 두
bipedal
발로
fish
걷는
monster.
괴물이네.
Playing a harp.
하프를 켜고 있지.
Playing a harp.
하프를 켜고 있어.
Hang on a second.
자세히 봐. 퍼즐이네.
This isn't-
Something tells me we're not gonna solve
아직
this
이거
just yet.
풀 수 없다고 합니다. 그림을 찾아야 되나 봐요.
Let's come back later. It must do
분명
something.
어떤 용도가
You'd
있을
hope so,
거야.
wouldn't you?
이걸 찾아야 되고. 창문. 탱글타워에 오가 떨어졌다.
What?
Oh,
Oh
there's
yeah, angle.
twir.
Should we ring the doorbell?
Why would we not?
초인종을 눌러야 하나? 안 그럴 이유 있어?
It's a little
띵동.
melody.
멜로디.
I think a path leading towards the
이쪽은
stone square.
속초 광장으로 이어지는 길이라고 합니다.
Don't think it's locked.
Oh, that means we can just walk straight in, right?
I'm pretty sure that's the rule.
열려
Yeah.
있어서 이제 그냥 뭐 들어가는 건가 봐요. 이거
Is that
뭐야?
an envelope?
봉투.
It's been opened, but the letter's still in there. Let's read it.
편지가
Isn't
있다.
that an invasion?
Oh, definitely.
읽어봅시다. 아직은 뭐가 뭔지 아무것도 모르겠어요. 여기로? 일단 포인트가 있는 데로 가봅시다. 그랜드홀.
Yeah, it's a
큰
big
유리관이네.
glass
물로
tube.
가득 차
There
있어.
are weeds in there.
수초가 있어.
And
모래도.
It's an aquarium?
수족관인가?
Could be.
그럴
Except
수도.
there's nothing living in it
하지만 안에 살아있는 건 없어.
anymore.
더 이상. 대체적으로 살아있는 생물이 물론 있긴 하지만 뭔가 애매하게 있나 봐요. 여기가 아까 펠로우였나? 거기고 오른쪽이 포인트 가문인가 봐요. 이렇게 돼 있네. 그럼 결국 현관 로비에서 만나는 거 아니야? 이거는 가문의 조직도 같은
What is
그런
that?
I
건가?
think it's a family
가게도
tree.
맞아. 가게도 조직도가 아니라 가게도. 자세히 봐봐. 레밍톤? 여기서 외부에서 이렇게 와서 이렇게 되고 이렇게 되고 여기에 한 가문이 더 있는데? 아 아니네. 여기가 펠로우, 포인터 다른 여러 가문이 더 있기는 한데 이 성 안에는 이렇게 두 가문만 산다는 거잖아. 그럼 다른 데는 어디 갈 걸까? 리차드 레밍톤? 이 가문은 왜 여기 없는 거야? 일단 뭐 여기도 특별한 거는 없어 보이고요. 여기가 사건 현장인가 혹시? 맞네.
Let's take a look at that
먼저
painting
그림부터
first.
확인하자.
There it is, the unfinished portrait of Flora Philo.
완성되지 못한 완성되지 못한 플로라 펠로우의 초상화야.
So, what? Freya was killed halfway through painting it?
그러니까 프레아는 이 그림을 그린 도중 살해당한 거야?
Looks that way.
그런 거 같아. 근데 이 여자는
I
어떻게
wonder
여기
if
서
all
있는
of
거야?
Freya's paintings are this creepy.
프레아
Maybe
그림은
it's just
다
because she never
섬뜩하대요.
got to finish it.
There's something wrong with the crime scene, and something really weird about the murder
살인
weapon.
무기에도
We
정말
didn't
이상한 점이
find a murder
있다.
weapon.
찾지도 못했다. 이건 뭐야? 다시 영어를 잘 들어보자.
Flora's portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood because it stabbed Freya.
에? 왜 맞췄어?
What?
Weird, huh?
You think Freya was stabbed by a painting? Not by the woman from the painting, but by the painting
그림 그 자체가
itself.
찔렀다고요?
Mm-hmm. Freya was standing right up by the canvas when she was killed. There's blood on the knife. It's the murder weapon.
Right, but it's not
지금
actually a
찍었는데
knife.
맞춰서 뭐가
You
뭔지
can't
모르겠어.
Stab.
See any other knives around here? Case closed.
The case is not closed. And even if you were right, where does that leave us? A painting can't be a murder suspect.
근데 지금 이 여자 앞에 두고 하고 그냥 얘기하고 있는 거야? 끝내지 못한 그림.
Flora Philo?
오, 머리카락.
Hey, sorry to barge in. I'm sure you're still in some distress.
We need to ask
플로라는
you a few
죽은
questions. I'm
여자랑
afraid.
무슨 관계야?
Did you witness the murder, Flora?
왜 아무 말도 안 해?
Nothing. What do we do?
Not sure. She's entitled to her silence, I suppose.
For now,
본인?
is there anything you'd like to tell us, Flora?
말 한마디를 안 하시네.
I don't really know anything about you at all.
I think that's the way she likes it. We'll just have to ask other people about her.
Yeah, okay.
근데 왜 이 여자가 칼을 들고 있을까?
Freya was painting your portrait
그림
yesterday.
뒤에 이 여자가
Is
이렇게
that right?
칼을 이렇게 꽂고 있다가 바로 그 한 거 아니야?
Was this something you had planned with her ahead of time?
Was there something special about yesterday?
Did you talk to Freya at all while she was painting you?
She's not going to answer us, is she?
Nope. But at least we can say we tried.
진술?
Flora, you were definitely in the room at the time of the murder. Surely you must have seen something? Can you tell me anything about what happened to Freya? She's acting pretty suspicious, if
왜
you
아무
ask
말도 안
me.
할까?
I don't know. Maybe she really doesn't know anything.
How is that possible? There it is, the unfinished portrait of Flora Fellow.
So, what? Freya was killed.
Looks that way. Is that a gramophone?
I think so, except it's got a tape deck instead of a turntable.
턴테이블 대신 테이프 플레이어가
It's
있고
also got a big crack down the
중간에 왜
middle.
금이 크게 갔을까? 이거 확대하는 건 어디에 쓰는 거야? 뭐 언젠가 나중에 쓸 일이 있겠죠?
What about the cassette tape?
카세트 테이프.
Yeah,
맞아.
sure is. Dank.
이것도 카세트 테이프네. 플레이야. 카세트
it still
테이프면 지금
works?
두 개거든요?
The gramophone? Yeah, we could give it a go.
틀어봐. 그래, 두 개.
It's piano music.
얘로 한번 들어봅시다.
Weird.
It's someone humming a tune. The outline of Freya Fellow. Looks like there's a single patch of blood. No real signs.
That's weird.
What?
Her feet were right up by the canvas.
So?
So she was probably standing really close to the canvas when she
Let's
fell.
check the case file again.
나 계속 뭔가 포인트를 못 잡고 있는 것 같아. 뭘 확인하라는 거야?
Freya's painting supplies.
유리통은 모두 한쪽으로 금이 가 있다. 왜? 그리고 유독 빨간색 물감에 물감이 적거든요? 봐봐. 유독 얘가 지금 물감 양이 얘만 적고.
Supposedly, Freya looks like she was still holding her paintbrush and palette when she
넘어질 때도
fell.
계속 물감붓을 들고 있었던 것
Didn't even
같다.
get a chance to clean her brush.
붓을 닦을 시간조차 없었다. 빨간 물감이 묻은 채 말라있다. 그렇다면 여기 있는 거 물감이 맞는 거잖아. 그러면 플레아는 빨간색 물감을 들고 이 칼끝을 빨간색으로 칠하려는 순간 죽은 거지?
Is that an egg?
It's also what a completely ordinary.
I think it's a container.
Those gems look like they come off.
원석의 위치를 바꿔봐. 뒤에 단서를 보려면 알을 횡절해.
Nope.
Did you check the clue? I'm pretty sure it explains where to put each of the gemstones.
이렇게?
I got it.
I'm
해냈다.
impressed. Did it unlock?
열렸어?
What's
안에
in there?
뭐가 있어?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well,
아무런
I'm not
반응이
leaving
없다고
without a
합니다.
clue. An empty egg is a clue, right?
왜 안에 아무것도 없을까?
That's the only door in.
It's also
Sure is.
문이 왜
Guessing
바닥에
it's not
있어?
supposed to be
아,
down.
탑이니까 아래에서 위로 올라야 돼서. 일단 다른 곳을 한번 가볼까요?
Locked.
여기는 아직 못 들어가고. 작업장. 어떤 한 분이 계셔.
a little hand-painted statue.
How can you tell?
Well, the paints are right there. Also, I mean, no offense, but you can just tell.
여기는 또 검은색을 다 썼네요. 근데 물감은 빨간색도 썼는데.
Actual hole.
Nice. A real treasure
진짜
chest.
How do you know
보물
there's
상자다.
treasure in there?
Why else would it? Plus, there's a treasure map hanging directly above it.
자세히 보자.
What's the deal with that painting?
Not sure. We should check that treasure map too.
이걸 통해서 이거를 풀라는 거잖아. 이거는 방향, 지도 방향을 뜻하는 거고. 이거는 뭐지? 이건 그냥 숫자고. 용, 무인도, 돌산? 돌 뭐라 그래? 거기랑 야자수? 여기에서 내가 어느 방향으로 보고 있는지를 체크하면 되는 건가? 내가 있는 위치 I3N? I3N
Nothing.
Did
아니야?
you check the treasure map? And what about that painting on the chest?
아니면 I3은 맞는 것 같은데? 내가 지금 이 한 가운데 있잖아. 아닌가? 아, 여기 있네. I5?
Still locked.
I
아니야?
think there's a connection. Like there are different versions of this.
내가 북쪽을 보고 있다는 뜻이 아닌가? 이건 맞거든요? 내가 여기 위에 서 있는 거구나. 이게 반 이렇게 돼 있으니까. 그러면은 사다.
That was
이것도
The
아니야?
padlock has 3 different inputs.
그래,
A letter,
나치만
a
방향.
number, and a compass direction. It's just a grid reference for the map.
여기 I4 나치만 방향. 요쪽 아니야? 저 결국 몰라서 구글을 검색을 했어요. 이게 얘네 지금 크기가 다르잖아요. 크기가 다르니까 이제 이 무인도를 봤을 때 얘가 좀 더 가까이 있고 얘가 멀리 있고 얘가 제일 멀리 있는 거야. 그러니까 결국 내가 여기서 봤을 때 얘가 좀 더 가까이 있고 그 다음 멀리인 거지. 그러니까 H6 웨스트다. 에이,
That's
에라이.
done it.
Neat.
제가 이런 퍼즐 게임을 굉장히 좋아하지만 굉장히 약합니다.
What was in the box?
상자 안에 뭐가 있어?
More wooden
나무
models.
조각상들.
These are a little different to the one on the
책상
desk.
위에 있는 조각상이랑은 좀 다르다고 합니다. 뭐야? 근데 얘 약간 플로라 닮았어. 아 맞아, 플로라래. 플레야. 봐봐, 꽃 달고 플레야. 플레야 맞는 것 같아. 여기도 빨간 부채, 빨간 물감이 말라붙어 있고, 이건 아까 앉아서 되게 시금전폐하고 있던 그분 같고, 이거는 플로라고. 이건 뭘까? 이 빨간색 닭은 뭘까? 왜 얘한테 빨간색이 칠해져 있을까?
Sir?
Sir?
Can you hear me? I'm Private Detective Grimoire. I have some questions for you.
Grimoire. Good
Grimoire.
mysterious name.
미스테리한 이름이고.
I'd rather like it. Felix Fellow at your beck
Felix
and
Fellow.
call.
And, this is my colleague, Sally.
Yeah, that's a perfectly good name as well.
Thanks.
If you would, Mr. Fellow, we really need to ask you about the murder.
Well, I must say I'm
말을
rather
회피하는 것
jealous
같죠?
of you two.
Oh yeah? Why's that?
Out here solving mysteries, exploring new places, uncovering secret
봐봐, 시선
rooms,
회피한다.
hidden
앞으로 안 보잖아.
treasures. That's what life is all about.
secret rooms?
Generally speaking, you know,
비밀의 방이 있나
that sort
봅니다.
of thing. Now,
어,
you found
이렇게
it.
물어볼 수 있구나.
What do you think? Huh? I had to rush the final touches a little bit. It turned out all right, though.
What's it supposed to be?
It's Flora, of
그래,
course,
플로라였다니까.
surrounded by all her favorite people.
일단 이걸 다시 볼까?
So, Felix, what exactly do you do?
Is it not obvious?
탐험가?
I'm an explorer. Explorer slash
사냥꾼.
treasure hunter. Yes, well,
그래,
best
뭔가
in the
문신 이런
world.
게 해적 같아
We're
보이긴 해요.
talking like curse statues, spike pits.
It's a little more sophisticated than that. But I've certainly seen my share of danger, if that's what you're asking.
And, if I may ask, when did you retire?
You listen here. I may be between
약간
ventures
뭐 하나
right
나오는
now,
그런
but it's simply
문신
not
그런
in my
느낌이에요.
nature to stay in one place for too long. I go wherever the winds
운명의
of
바람이
destiny
뜨는 대로 간다.
take me.
Don't you live here with your wife and
좀
daughter?
셀리
Yes,
머리
well, the
미안한
fellow
말이긴
family
한데
has certain
조라르방
loyalties,
닮았어.
and with Flora the way she is,
Nothing wrong with raising a family, Mr. Fellow.
don't misunderstand me. Fiona and Flora are my
피오나
entire
플로라는 내 세계의
world.
전부니까.
They are the greatest treasure
무슨
of
관계인데?
all.
Uh-huh.
뭐 사촌 관계겠죠. 봐봐, 도라르만 닮았잖아. 어제
Why on earth would you want to know about that?
The murder of Freya Fellow. The reason we're here?
도라르방.
Ah, right. Nasty business. Very unfortunate. I regret that I can't be of
근데 약간
any help.
슬퍼한다라기보단 계속
But I
자기
wish you
방어를 하는
all
느낌이
the
좀
best
큰 것
in your
같아요.
investigation.
왜냐면
Hear that,
소중한
Grimoire?
사람이라고 하면서
We're done
조각상까지
here. Let's
만들었는데
go.
계속
It's a
뭔가
simple question, Felix. I'm
슬퍼하는
sure you're up
물론
to
앉아
it.
아까
Yeah,
여기
I just-
구석에 앉아 있었을 때 좀
It's-
슬퍼하는 기색이
There's not
보였는데
much to tell.
모르겠네.
Mostly, I was in my room by myself, working on Flora's.
플로라의
Working on a project.
진심 프로젝트?
Your room is quite close to Flora's tower. You didn't hear anything unusual?
What qualifies as unusual?
What have you got?
진술.
It was dusk. A feeling lingered in the air. Malevolent, perhaps.
되게 시인 같다.
Uncertain, as life itself.
Abridged version, please.
Right, fine.
삐졌다 삐졌다
I
삐졌다.
heard someone heading down the stairs, just
계단을
outside
내려가는
my
소리.
room. The footsteps were calm, orderly, so I thought nothing of it. Shortly afterward, I heard a second set of footsteps
번째 발걸음.
going the same
두
way.
사람이
This
있었다는
time I
거네요.
could tell just from the sound that something was wrong. So I looked out into the hallway. I got a glimpse of Poppy disappearing down the staircase to the floor below. Didn't know what to make of it, to be honest. I thought perhaps she'd had a disagreement with Fitz, as I know those two are close. So I looked into his room,
내가
just in
핏의 방.
case, but it was empty, as was the garden beyond his window. Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer, so I escorted her. We went into Flora's room. Poor Freya was laying on the floor. Fiona, Poppy, Fitz, and Pointer were there
거기
already.
있었다고?
Flora too, of course.
아까 여기 내려가는 소리 들었다며.
Soon enough, everyone else made their excuses and left.
Including you?
Not I. I stayed. Flora needed me. Dearest
무슨
Flora.
사이야?
A remarkable woman. Yes. Been married over 20 years
아내요?
now.
You two still get on?
Of course. What a question.
She hasn't gone quiet on you.
It's true she has an independent streak.
와이프구나.
Had it her whole life. She's the youngest of three. Always something of a lone wolf, you know? Just the way she is.
Lone wolf is putting it lightly. She doesn't seem to want to talk to anyone.
She just likes time to herself. away from the company of other humans.
Other humans?
Well, yes, other people, you know. I've been carving for a couple of years now. I was hopeless when I started, but it didn't take me long to master it, as you can see.
Do you paint them yourself too?
I do indeed, yes. Freya kindly taught me the basics.
플레이어랑
Nowadays, I can
뭔가
make just about
친한 그런
anything I can
사용법은 맞는 것 같긴
imagine.
한데.
Of course, this particular model is a self-portrait based on hard fact.
Hard fact, huh? So, you own a sword, Felix?
Of course, I own a great many. But my weapons are stored well away from Tangle Tower. Safety first and all that. Looks like Freya's paints.
Do you know why the pots are cracked down one side?
No, that's very odd. They're normally in excellent condition.
근데 왜
You seem
물건들이
pretty sure about
하나같이 다
that.
깨졌을까?
It would have been a beautiful painting. It's rather a shame Freya was unable to finish it.
Nothing about it seems strange to you.
Well, all these modern paintings are slightly strange, aren't they? The emotion of the piece taking over from, say, anatomical accuracy.
What about the knife in Flora's hand?
A knife? That's what you see?
You don't?
칼이 아니야 그러면?
As I was saying, Freya's artistic approach distorts certain shapes. Hard to say exactly what we're looking at.
그 이게 칼이 아닐 수도 있다는 거네. 다시 가서 이것저것 다시 물어봅시다.
Were you
플레야.
close with Freya?
아무 말도
How
안
are you
하겠지.
two related? Did you kill Freya?
Grimoire.
What? I don't even think she's listening.
Oh, she's
째려본다, 째려본다.
listening.
그러면 근간 테이프 아니야? 물감 이것도 아니고.
Flora, this is your egg? Why do you keep it locked?
Is there supposed to be something in there? Or is it always empty?
찌릿. 아이 눈 감아버리네.
Is this your gramophone?
Do you know why it's cracked?
어떻게 해야 저 무거운 저 검은 입술에 저걸 열 수 있을까? 여기가 죽은 플레아의 방. 그림이 많고 빨간 조명의
Not the kind
감성이에요.
of lamp I
그러니까.
It's cool. Looks like old mining equipment.
It's a little glass.
I think it's a vivarium.
Come again?
있다고?
See the leaves and twigs in there? Might have been for keeping insects. Painting supplies. That painting.
Why would you want it looming?
Maybe Freya enjoyed the atmosphere it
The
created.
atmosphere of
Hang
chaos.
on. There's a smaller version down by the floor.
It's a photograph.
Healthy amount of messy.
Drawings. Take
What's
them.
that one on the left?
Looks like two. One of them's
정리
holding a red
기사랑?
rose.
한 명은 빨간정비를 들고 있고. 여기가 아까 퍼피인가? 거긴 것 같은데.
Not neat. It's a little wooden
To
box.
the casual observer.
어...
They're not. Looks like they're part of some kind of.
흠흠. 다 맞췄다. 뭔 뜻이지? 오케이, 알겠어. 아, 이게 첫 번째, 이게 제일 이거 작은 거라고, 이게 첫 번째까지 오는 거라고? 그러면은 이거고. 이거는 확실히 맞고, 하고, 이렇게고, 이렇게다.
I
이렇게다.
did it. What do I
Not
win?
bad. What was in the box?
Just a photograph.
그냥
Well,
사진이야. 뭐
most of a
사진을 대보고.
photograph.
뭘까? 서재. 아까 걔잖아. 여기 플레이어 여기 사진에 있던
It's an illustrated
It's
book.
been left open
Or it was left open for us to
우리가
find.
볼 수 있도록 의도적으로
ever so slightly unnerving.
이거 근데 이거랑 굉장히 초상화에 있는 이거랑 비슷하게 생겼거든요? 칼이 아니라 이거를 들고 있는 거였나 보네 플로라가 모르겠어.
A chalkboard.
Is this a library or a class?
엄청 뭐가 막 어지럽게 써져 있죠?
I'm not sure I learned anything from that. Is that
Of sorts.
스노버 탱글 타워다.
Hey, it's a model of Tangle Tower. There's the What are you thinking?
that would make an amazing zoo.
말을 걸어봅시다.
Curious. I would expect bacteria of that nature to thrive in these conditions.
Excuse me.
Taking all the environmental factors into account, there must be something I am still missing.
May I talk to you, miss?
She knows we're here. She just doesn't care.
I am a detective, and I need to talk.
Correction. You do not need to talk to me,
Oh no? How come?
because I am not a suspect. I am completely innocent of any and all crimes.
Thanks for letting me know.
Speaking of which, you have now been at Tangle Tower for over 23
변태 이걸
minutes.
어떻게 하는 거야?
Surely you have already reached a sturdy hypothesis.
A hypothesis about the murder?
Yeah, come on, Grimoire, hurry up.
My apologies. Unfortunately, protocol dictates I must at least meet all the suspects. And that includes you. So, could you tell me your name?
Fifi Fellow, microbiologist, inventor, innovator.
BP.
You will need to be more specific. Oneself cannot be summarized in a single response without doing one a great disservice.
So true.
Well, first of all, you're a fellow. So does that make you the daughter of...
Correct. My father and mother are named Flora and Felix,
Oh.
but you need not question either of them. It will only waste valuable time. Neither of them are capable of murder.
플로라가
Thanks for the
펠릭스의
tip.
딸.
Fifi, you said you were a micro something or other?
근데
Microbiologist, but it is an insignificant label. My studies cannot be categorized in any one recognized field.
What made you want to become a scientist in the first place?
I harbor an intrinsic fascination with the microscopic. I constructed my first one at age 10.
Constructed a microscope?
Correct.
And what's that thing on your head? Did you make that too?
My eyesight began to deteriorate when I turned 12. Not satisfied with the eyeglasses prescribed to me, I designed this custom lens instead. It automatically adjusts based on the surrounding light conditions.
Does it glow red when you get angry?
No, but that would be most amusing.
플로라랑 펠릭스의 딸이 피피인데 왜 여기에는 피피는 없고 플레이어가 있을까? 아 그리고 아까 그 여기 있던 그 새가 이 새인가 보다 빨간색. 그러면 이 사진의 깃털이 이게 맞나 보네.
What can
어쨌든
you tell
어제
me
있었던
about the
일을
murder?
물어봅시다.
What can you tell me about... Wait, that's what I'm supposed to ask you.
Yes. However, you were too slow.
You fancy yourself a detective too, Fifi?
I just need to know what happened.
Me too. So talk.
Fine. I knew ahead of time that Freya was going to be busy with her painting all day, so I had planned to spend the afternoon with Poppy. I was in the library all morning preparing the equipment for an experiment, only to find out that Poppy had made other plans and she was in fact planning to ignore me completely.
Oh,
So what did you do instead?
I locked myself in my room and cried.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Why?
I don't know, it just sounds kind of sad.
It is not unusual.
oh. Good.
Name, Freya Fellow. Age, 19. Profession, artist. Deceased. Understand this. Most people find me difficult. They exhibit a noticeable degree of
근데 왜
discomfort when
옷을
talking to me.
이렇게 꼬매 입을까?
There it is. Freya, who had a way
봐봐,
of being an
꼼이
exception
있잖아.
to any given rule, was not at all
그냥
like
새 옷을
this.
사는 게 아니라
She is very important, and I will not rest until I understand what has happened to her.
Did you spend a lot of time with Freya recently?
I will say this. In the past year, Freya became 1. Increasingly independent, and 2. Increasingly isolated.
Do you know why?
I do not. If you are looking for a speculative, empathetic opinion, try asking
약간
Poppy
AI
instead.
같아.
The three of you were friends.
그것은
We
제가
are
답변
of a
줄 수
similar age
없습니다.
and all
퍼피한테
highly
물어보세요.
gifted. 1 scientist, 1 artist, and 1 musician.
퍼피는 음악가인가 봐요.
Sounds like
그래서 아까
quite a team.
흥얼거렸던 것도 그 퍼피 거라고 했었잖아. 이게
It is a
뭐지?
model of Freya, made by my father.
왜 여기
A model of Flora,
피피는
you
없어?
mean?
And a man with a beard. And a little red and white creature.
Why would my father make a model of Freya?
그니까 피피가 아니라
There is a drawing of me, a drawing of Detective Hawkshaw, and a drawing of
Poppy?
drawing of Poppy and Fitz.
피츠. 이거는
This photograph is my favorite photograph.
가장 아끼는 사진인데 왜
Why'd you
찢어졌어?
rip it in half?
That was not me. Besides, it was not a half that was ripped off. It was only a third.
Do you know who was reading this book?
It belongs to my mother.
And she left it in the library?
No, my mother has not been in the library for some time.
왜 이렇게
Is
웃어?
she laughing?
무서워.
This belongs to Poppy. In fact, she owns a number of cassette tapes.
What happened to it, though?
It has been left underwater for an extended period of time.
Right. But why?
I do not know why. Curious.
Curious.
Freya is normally highly skilled at capturing someone's likeness, but in this painting, she has accidentally made Flora look
자기
quite
엄마를
young.
어리게 그린 게 불만이야?
I think she was just being kind.
Why is that kind? Anyway, I'm far more interested in what Flora is holding. I performed the test on the red paint myself. I discovered that it was in fact not paint, but blood.
What made
얘가
you want to
알아냈구나.
test it in the first place?
It was Poppy. She told me she thought the painting looked like a bloody knife. I told her not to be ridiculous. My mother owns no such knife. But then I noticed that the color was slightly too dark, and the substance itself was overly viscous.
커피는 어떻게
You
알아챈
noticed
거지?
that just from looking
맞다.
at it once?
방에 같이
Of
있었다
course.
했잖아.
The red paint on the brush is not
물감이
paint.
아니라 피야?
It is
이것도?
blood. Same for the palette.
이것도
So
피야?
Freya added the blood to the painting herself?
Or blood got on the brush and palette some other way?
I do not know the answer.
국가 팔레트에 있는 거는 물감인 줄 알았는데 피었네. 더 물어볼 거 없는 거 같고 진술을
I was in my
들어봅시다.
The lights were off and the door was locked. Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me.
누가
I
소리쳐?
opened the door.
퍼피?
Poppy came into my room. Her makeup was leaking. She told me Freya was dead. I did
맞아,
not
아까
believe it.
내려온 걸 얘가
I
들었다
thought she was
했잖아.
playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
미친 거 아니야? 왜 때려?
She insisted that we go up to Flora's tower. We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs. When I saw Freya lying on the floor, I was completely and utterly devastated. Then I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting. Poppy and I took the sample back downstairs to the library. We performed a test and found out that it was, in fact, blood.
You performed that scientific test immediately, even though you were feeling so upset?
PP라면
Of course.
가능할 것 같아.
Why would one affect the other?
Fifi's bedroom should be unlocked now.
Can't wait.
지금 가자. 그 위에 있는 잠겨있는 방은 퍼피 만나면
There's
열 수
something about
있겠네요.
the image of Flora in the paint. Something.
Let's ask her about it.
여기 PP 방 왔는데 뭘 바로 가? PP 방을 그냥 구경만 하고 가겠다는 거야? 나중에 하자.
I don't know what that drink is, but I bet it's 99%.
I'd read you the but there's
That's even worse.
It's a magnifying.
How come you-
Why? Should I start
You
smoking?
couldn't pull up.
It looks like a microscope.
Can I touch it?
현미경.
I'm not sure this.
돋보기 3개, 4개를 수평으로 밀어서 올바른 위치를 잡아. 이거를 하나로 이 모양으로 만들라는 거네. 됐다.
That's the one.
Hey, not bad. Sounds like it unlocked.
Yeah, it's built on top. There's a book in here.
책이 들어있다. 비밀 일기장.
Dusty.
Fifi's got something.
What is all this?
이게 뭘까?
Is that supposed to mean
그러니까.
me? Why do I look so angry?
That's just the face you make when you're... It does make you wonder, though. When did Fifi draw all this?
Did you notice who isn't on here?
Freya?
Mm-hmm. And
플레어랑 본인이 없다고?
Fifi's got
What
something.
is all this?
근데 얘는 진짜 언제 그린 거야?
That's you,
Sally.
Sally.
What? I do not look like I. Who is that?
No idea.
얘가 파피 엄마인가?
Who's that?
Not sure. Who is that?
No idea. That's gotta be Flora. I think that's supposed to be Felix.
뭔가 러브러브 하고 있는 사람의 관계를 그린 것 같은데. 그래서 셀리랑 얘 이름 기억이 안 나. 둘이 뭔가 있다라고 생각을 했던 거고. 그럼 얘가 아까 피츠인가? 개인 건가?
Did you notice who?
Freya?
Mm-hmm.
근데 왜 프레야랑 플레야랑 본인은 없을까?
A muse. Don't think you can get out being. I'm innocent. Save it for the judge. A muse. Don't think you can get out.
둘이 잘 놀아.
Save it for the judge.
이래서 같이 일하나 봐요. 잘 노네.
What's that big?
Looks like something
Is it
Fifi.
a clue?
I hope it's just a bunch of notes about her mind.
일단 나가서 다시 여기로 갑시다. 혐의?
So, this
이글이
painting, specifically that knife in Flora's hand.
Yeah, it's creepy. But we didn't find a knife anywhere in the room. So what's going on?
이렇게 단서를 열리면 풀리나 보다. 밑에 혐의 이런 게. 이건 칼이 아니야.
It's not a knife. We need a clue to compare with the painting. Something to explain what that knife shape actually is.
여기 있지. 세로감.
Let's take a closer look at this. The painted knife
아니야.
was hidden by a feather.
얼룩새일 것이다.
The painted knife is actually just a feather.
근데
from
이거
an
지금
ink
번역이
dip.
어려워 이게. 이제 말해주나?
It's definitely the right shape, but the book's not in color. The thing Flora's holding in the painting is red and white, specifically. Is there anything to suggest that the ink dip bird is red and white too?
팰리스의 조각상. 얘요. 이 아이 얼룩새 이 아이예요. 바로 증거를 제출합니다.
This little thing? I
Yes.
don't understand why Felix would make a model of this bird as part of a gift for Flora. And come to think of it, why would Flora be holding a feather in the painting anyway?
그러게 그림 속의 플로라는 어째서 깃털을 손에 들고 있을까? 일단 이게 정답이 아닌 걸 알긴 한데 해볼게요.
The ink
이게 맞네?
bird was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather to remember it
단순히
by.
기억하기 위해서 깃털을
She kept the bird as a
보관했다고?
pet. And it died?
아, 뭐 그럴 수 있지.
Maybe it flew away.
Flora spends
그걸
all her time
기념하고자
staring out the window.
깃털을 들고
Either
그림을
way, she
그리다가
kept the feather.
이렇게 된
I
거지.
think it was pretty important to her.
All right. So she was holding the feather while Freya was painting her. But where is it now? You'd think she'd keep it somewhere close by.
Yeah, I think she does. Normally. This is where Flora usually keeps her feather.
플로라가 평소 깃털을 보관하는 곳이 여기겠지.
But we
그래서
opened
비어
it.
있었던 거야.
It's empty.
Mm-hmm. Completely empty.
어디 갔을까 깃털은?
Flora?
이제 말을 하시나 플로라?
She's pointing at something in the
방은
corner
구석에
of the
무언가를
room.
가리키고 있어. 끝까진 말은 해주지 않아.
It's just a pile of books. Wait, there's
사랑합니다, 플레야. 플레야가 선물로 준 새인가 보다, 얼룩새가.
I like these drawings, Flora.
Is there a reason why you wanted us to see them?
이제 말을 해주시나요? 그럼 나 궁금한 거. 플로라랑 필릭스는 도대체 어떻게 결혼한 거야? 알 수 없네.
We spoke to your daughter Fifi. She's some kind of super intelligent
근데
scientist.
플로라는
You must be proud of
피피에
her.
대해선 별 그게 없는 것 같거든요? 오히려 플레야를 훨씬 아끼는 것 같아. 뜬금없지만 여기 궁금해서 가보고 싶어요. 잠깐 힘든데 밖에 가서 외출 좀 하겠습니다. 석조 강자. 누군가 있네.
Is that a...
If it is, it's a clock with 4
사방에
faces.
시계변이 있다.
I'm guessing it doesn't
맞아.
tell the time.
So what does it do?
올바른 위치가 어디인 건데? 네 개 다 한 방향을 가게 하라는 건가?
I guess
Did you
that's...
work out what direction each hand needs? Each one ends with a little hoop. Try looking through the hoop and ignoring the rest. Left and 12 on the top.
아, 3, 6, 9, 12.
You only need 90-degree angles.
3시, 6시, 9시, 12시가 돼야 된다는 거잖아. 하지만 난 이런 퍼즐을 못해요. 빠가. 나 이런 퍼즐 못하는데 어떡하냐? 오늘 안에 깰 수 있을까? 3, 6, 9, 12. 풀었다. 나 어떻게 푼 거야? 나 어떻게 푼지
Nope, that was
모르겠어.
it.
Nice work. What's in the box?
A little tool, but I'm not actually sure what it
망원경.
is.
For you.
Whoa, nice cape.
You're not fellows or pointers. I'm sure I shall immediately regret asking. But who are you, and
커피 엄마
what
아니야?
is your business here?
I'm Sally, and this is my sidekick Grimoire.
A private detective, Grimoire.
Really? You're a detective. If this is a joke, it's not a good one.
Who are you, anyway?
Private Detective Hawkshaw.
Oh, nice. Hawkshaw's a cooler name than Grimoire. Maybe I'll become her sidekick.
You're not on the Freya Fellow case, too, are you?
That is classified information between myself and my client. Clearly, this is something which eludes you. But a real detective refrains from handing out informations to persons unknown.
Oh, right.
Now, if you would, I have work to do.
What
It's
are
not
you?
in my interest to discuss personal details.
Even if you're one of the suspects in the
이름 뭐?
murder?
Very well.
학쉐
Let us make a small exception.
이름은 못 읽겠어.
Ask.
Oh, what are you doing here?
I'm on a case at the behest of my client.
How long have you been
학쉐오라고
at
그냥
Tangle Tower?
얘기할게요. 학쉐오.
133 hours.
뭐야 이 사람도 근태 같아.
5.5 days.
Who are you working for?
I am not at liberty to answer that. Now, I shall permit you one more question.
What crime are you...
How'd you get that scar? It's cool.
You really think so?
약간 뭐야 그냥 약간 애매한 중2병 같은 사람인 건가?
As it happens, I completed an examination of Flora's room on the morning before the murder. I've been investigating every single
왜
room at
조사하는데?
Tangle Tower. Hers was one of the last on my list.
Did you find anything unusual?
Nothing but a thin layer of dust and an atmosphere of somber melancholy.
Was Flora in there at the time?
She spent the duration of my search staring up at the sky, out the open window. Didn't say a word, although I'm told this is the expected behavior.
What did you do after that?
I spent the early evening searching the library. It took longer than it should have. Fiona leaves that room in a permanent state of disarray.
Fiona was in the library too?
I expected her to make an appearance, but she did not.
And you stayed in the library the rest of the day?
Not quite. Towards the early evening, my examination of the library was unexpectedly
멈췄는가?
disrupted. Sounds of running, wailing, shouting from several floors above. I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer
포인터
appeared.
교수.
He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. Our eyes met. He was breathless. Something had caused him great alarm. He told me to stay out of the way. I
비키세요.
consented. I decided to return to my office in the stone square. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me.
펜ел로피가
She was clutching the
뭐야,
banister of the
머리에
Pointer
병아리
staircase
귀여워.
with an apprehensive manner. She wished to know where Professor Pointer had gone. I told her what had transpired. Then she too crossed the hall and
이
disappeared
병아리
up the
아까
fellow staircase.
입구했던 그 맞춰 부르던 그 병아리 아닌가?
More so than at any moment prior, I felt like quite an intruder in the house. I took my leave, out towards the stone square. The grounds were silent. There were no signs of human life. Even the greenhouse was without its typical inhabitant. I noted that he, too, must be entangled in whatever was transpiring in Fellow Tower. An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance. He spoke to me of what had occurred. His report was as clumsy and cumbersome as the man giving it.
Did he seem upset?
He was rattled, that much was clear, but sorrowful, mournful, I cannot say.
얘는 뭔가 특별한 게 없는
I
것
believe
같은데.
that was in Flora's room yesterday, but it was not cracked when I saw it
어제는
last.
금이가 있지 않았다고 합니다. 뭔가 몸싸움이 있었나?
A
이거?
somewhat cumbersome device, and an altogether inefficient way to listen to music.
What kind of music do you like, Hawkshaw?
학시야.
I like anything.
뭔가 마음을 한 대 때린 것
Cop
같은데?
out. This belongs to you, Hawkshaw?
Correct.
And,
아 맞다, 내가 아까 여기서
what is
찾았지?
it?
It's my handheld microscope for up-close investigation work.
What do you magnify with it?
Trace particles, dust, oils, clothing fibers.
Have you used it here at Tangle Tower?
I have. I used it to examine the greenhouse only 2 days ago.
What were you looking for?
That is between myself and my client. I admit, it's powerful. Freya was a talented young woman.
Someone even liked it enough to take a photo of it.
Now, we don't know why they took the photograph, do we? Perhaps they just wanted it for reference.
일단 뭐 이 사람한테도 물어볼 거 없는 것 같습니다. 온실.
That's a handsome beast. Looks like he might have.
뭐야, 무서워. 사람 없는 줄 알았는데 왜 저렇게 무섭게
A
서
little
있어?
chart of. Actually, I have no idea what it's about. Kind of reminds me of a periodic table.
Greek letters? What do you make of it?
Not a whole lot.
This one's in a...
Okay, that is
Looks like a gemstone, don't you think?
이 사람이 날 너무 수상하고 무섭게 쳐다보지만 꿋꿋하게 전 조사를 할 겁니다.
tools used by gardening.
더 볼 건 없는 것 같아. 헤이, 왜 눈에서 불 나와?
Don't move. We're being...
이 사람이 피치인가? 그 사람인가?
Yeah, I see him. He's a little too big to hide in the bushes.
생각보다
Is
수줍어하는 것
anyone
같은데.
going to say anything? Or shall we just stand around staring at each other?
Right, sorry. Sorry.
That's better. I'm Sally. And the guy hiding behind me is Detective Grimoire. Who are you?
Fitzfellow, the gardener.
그래, 피치였네.
And why are you so tall?
I don't know.
귀여운데?
You work here as the gardener.
I don't get paid to do it. It's just
그래,
my
펠로우면 그냥
area
여기
of interest.
집안 식구잖아.
What's the deal with the plants? They're all kinda weird.
Right. Did you see the lake?
That giant green and purple
호수의
lake
비밀이
surrounding the
풀리나?
entire house. Yeah, I clocked it.
The color is just a byproduct.
Of what? Poison?
It's not poisonous. Not to you.
당신에게는?
What's this got to do with the plants?
The water controls all life, just like anywhere else on the planet. Clouds form, rain falls. The water grows the plants, animals eat the plants. Anything you've perceived as an irregularity is simply a result of this hydrological cycle.
Could you say that again, but like condense it as if you were talking to a slightly stupid person?
Our lake water causes the unpredictable alteration of DNA. Sometimes.
Alteration? Like mutation?
That'd be the official term. For us, it's normal. Just nature.
And you're the local expert on all this stuff?
No. I'm just the gardener.
약간 볼수록 약간 귀여운데?
I was in my greenhouse, watering and weeding.
Sounds exciting.
Was anyone else around?
Not at first. Penelope came in a little later.
왔고.
She likes looking at the flowers, I think.
Did you speak to each other?
A little.
페넬로프
Not too
포인트
much.
가문이었잖아.
We both left the greenhouse in the early afternoon.
두
I went up
가문이
to my
서로
room. Then I
사이가
came
안
back
좋거나
outside
그런 건
to
아닌가
weed the
보네요.
main gardens. Didn't see anyone else. After that, I went up to the garden outside my room.
And
Let me guess. Watering and weeding.
Right.
did anything happen to you yesterday, Fitz?
진실.
I was up in the rooftop garden. It was quiet.
루프탑 정원? 아,
And
여기
then
정원.
It wasn't.
여기
I can't
파피방이잖아.
describe it. Could have been a scream, but it didn't sound
인간의 곳이
human.
아니었다.
We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up
우리?
there.
누구? 퍼피랑 같이인가?
Poppy was with me. Did I not
둘이
mention
뭐,
that?
무슨 사이야?
Flora's room was locked. That's normal. She usually locks it
그래
from
막
the
장미도
inside.
보니까 둘이
I knocked
러브러브한
on the door
사이야.
and
내가 봤을
shouted.
때.
Nobody responded. We became concerned.
You kicked the door down?
I did. Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back. Flora was there too, but I barely noticed her at first. Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too. Penelope arrived shortly after that, with Felix in tow. I thought that was odd. You don't normally see the two of them together. Felix took charge. There was nothing else I could do to help. I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything. I found her pacing back and forth around the stone square. When I approached her, she snapped at me. I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent. She questioned me,
About what?
my work, the plants, bit of everything.
Did she search the greenhouse?
No, she didn't.
You sure? Maybe she did it when you weren't in there.
No, she hasn't touched it.
How can you tell?
Trust me, I can tell. This is a good example of how things work. I mix that soil here in the greenhouse. It's made with water from the lake.
And it makes the fruit grow all shiny and gem-stony.
Sometimes, you never really know what's going to happen.
And what do you do with this shiny and edible fruit?
You look at it.
그저 볼 뿐.
Fitz, one of these drawings is of you
빛 여기
in the
있어요.
rooftop
여기
garden,
여기.
I think, with
퍼피랑.
Poppy.
왜 시선을 회피하시죠?
It's Fifi and Freya.
Don't you think Poppy should be in the photo too?
Maybe, maybe not. She doesn't really like crowds.
Two people isn't a crowd.
피피랑 프레야라고?
But if she was in the photo, then it'd be three.
Checkmate.
다시.
It's Fifi and Freya.
아 얘가
Don't you
프레야야?
think Poppy
She
should
doesn't
be in
really like crowds.
그래 퍼피랑
Two
무슨
people
뭐
isn't a
썸
crowd.
관계고.
Right, but if she was in the photo, then it'd be three.
아이고.
Checkmate.
아 얘가 퍼피 프레야였구나. 뭔가 다른 느낌인데? 어쨌든
Fitz's room is unlocked. It's up in the fellow tower.
This could be interesting.
나중에 가고 일단 난 여기로 가서 얘한테 다이어리에 대해 물어볼
A
거야.
book. My book.
And what's in it?
Pages.
왜 얘기 안 해줘?
This belongs to Professor Pointer, does it not?
No, I don't think so.
Who else would own such a pointless little telescope?
It's a telescope.
Oh, yes. It has a telescopic lens. It can only be used for looking at things that are far away.
피츠방인데 왜 퍼피가 여기 있었어? 난 그래서 당연히 여기가 퍼피방인 줄 알았지. 잠깐. 가게도 다시 한번 보고 올래.
What is
I
that?
think it's a family
퍼피. 아, 퍼피는 포인터네. 근데 둘이 연인 관계고. 오케이. 고로쿠만. I got it. 여기 왜 이렇게 집이 뭐 아무것도 없냐?
Huh. Neither.
They're just decorative.
Oh, see space.
하트 뭐야?
It's a
하트
little
뭐야?
handmade card. Inside it says, "To Fitz from PP."
파피가.
Rather be outside.
It's locked.
I thought
We are.
What's that thing by the handle?
이게 뭔데?
Let's come back once we know. Hello.
Not hidden.
Doesn't need to be. It's a combination lock. Sort of.
이렇게인가? 아, 이렇게네. 이렇게고. 이렇게 해서 찾는 건가 보네. 이거 하나는 찾았고, 이게 이거인 것 같고, 가운데 두 개를 찾으면 될 것 같거든요. 그치? 이거다. 이것만 찾으면 돼. 두 번째 거. 이렇게다.
I did it.
오케이.
What do I
Not
win?
bad. Anything in there?
Yeah, it's wrapped in a cloth. Huh, hold on. That's kind
왜?
of
왜
ominous.
뭘 이래? 뭐야? 아, 뭐야. 그냥 파피 하드 피치? 그거네. 일단 이쪽으로 가봅시다. 위에서부터 올라오자. 굉장히 엉덩이 실룩실룩 하시는데?
You know,
A.
I would look.
Wait a minute. Earth in the middle. Sun on the outside. How old is this thing?
이것도 퍼즐이야?
I got it.
I'm impressed. Did you hear that?
There's a
A
little.
bunch of paper. Looks like somebody's research.
황금 딱정벌레? 발견한 사람에게 불행을 초래하는 비논리적인 평판이 있대요.
Always a good roll.
엉덩이 실룩실룩 하시는 분?
Most well-used notebook.
Shh, listen. Do
listen.
you hear them? The stars. They're whispering. So quiet and yet so loud.
What are they whispering about? Are they spreading rumors about us?
I shouldn't think they
헤어스타일
concern
독특하시다.
themselves
책
with such
덮어놓으신 것처럼
insignificance.
생기셨어.
We are but specks of dust, you and I.
Mm-hmm. Could this speck of dust start by telling me his name?
You find yourself
Pointer.
standing in the astronomy tower of one
야, 이분이
Professor Percival
포인터
Pointer.
교수.
Seems like this tower belongs to the Pointers, and the other one belongs to the Fellows.
Well observed, my dear. Tangle Tower is something of a duality, as it happens. Meaningless boundaries, really. They exist only in our minds.
Helpful.
Me? Not much to say. Strictly speaking, I'm the current head of the Pointer family. And of course, father to my precious Poppy.
And a professional astronomer?
Oh no, that's just a little hobby. I mean, yes, I've studied the stars for over 35 years,
근데 그래서
published
프리안을 누가 죽인
17
건데?
books.
Just a little hobby.
Sounds like you're quite well known. You must bring in a good amount of money.
Oh dear me, no. My field of research has never yielded any kind of stable financial return, nor would I expect it to. I am nothing but a humble interpreter for the cosmos. working to translate its message so that I may
뭔가
share it
점점
with the
단서를 찾아간다는
world.
느낌보다는
Tell the cosmos I say hi.
모르겠어. 뭔가 모른다는 말을
The
많이
day
하는 것 같긴
began as any
하지만
other, with blissful, unremarkable routine. I took my usual morning walk around the gardens. Fresh air does wonders for the mind.
Did you see anyone else?
Penelope and Fitz were in the greenhouse together.
Oh,
I didn't bother them,
Penelope?
of course. I sat for a while besides the pond in the garden. It's a favorite spot of mine. Eventually, I returned to my tower and buried myself in my studies for the afternoon.
Did you use your telescope yesterday?
Once the stars began to appear, naturally.
For how long?
I can't say. I've been known to lose hours at my telescope.
Did you see anything?
No actual discoveries, if that's what you mean.
So you were all alone up in the astronomy tower. Must have been a while before you found out what had happened to Freya.
Quite. Normally, I would be the last to find out about such a thing. But a curious tug of fate led me towards the fellow
무슨
tower
이
later
뚱딴지
that
같은 이상한
evening.
말을 하고 있어.
I was at my
진실이 나이.
telescope for the majority of the evening, but at one point I returned to my desk to look something up in a reference book. I couldn't find the book I wanted, so I figured Fiona must have borrowed it. I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall. I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library. She looked impatient and slightly frustrated.
Same as ever then?
Quite. I passed her by
평소와
and
같이.
went upstairs to Fiona's room. The door was locked, but I could hear shouting coming from inside. I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter. I had no desire to invade their privacy by
피피가
eavesdropping,
피피
so I
피어나구나.
waited for them to finish
둘이
and
왜
come
싸운
out
거야?
into the hall. Before I could ask about the book, Poppy grabbed my hand and took me upstairs along with Fiona. It was apparent that both of them had already been crying about something. We went up to Flora's tower. Freya was laying on her back, right in the middle of the
그럼
room.
퍼피는 어떻게 보게 된 거야?
Flora and Fitz were already there. They both looked stoic as ever. Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did, and then Fiona went downstairs with Poppy for some reason. I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
Why did you leave so quickly? Wasn't there anything you could have done to help?
Don't take this the wrong way, but the
뭐
whole
이렇게
ordeal is
삼각기야,
fellow
갑자기?
family business. I'm quite sure they don't need me getting in the way at a time like that.
So, we found some research. What's up with this golden beetle? Is this something you're studying?
I can't help you, I'm afraid.
뭐야 왜 갑자기
I
말
think it
돌려?
must be something left behind by a previous inhabitant of Tangle Tower. I'm not the first scientist to ever walk these halls, you know.
Well, it wasn't in the halls. It was in your astronomy tower.
수상해.
Oh, you found a murder
아니요.
weapon?
Steady on. It's just a gardening trowel.
Looks like a weapon to me.
잘 읽어보시면 당신의 딸과 남자가 피피가 정원사라고 하는 그 남자가 연애를 중인 걸 알 수 있습니다.
What's this?
It looks like it might be a telescope. Thought you might know something about it.
Well, it certainly is a telescope. It has a part there to screw onto a tripod, you see. It's rather small, though. I'm not sure you could see many stars with it.
No, probably not.
There's something about Hawkshaw's handheld micro something.
Let's ask her about it.
지금가. 혐의.
This little microscope thing? You said you used it to search the greenhouse.
And this would make perfect sense if you knew what my client had asked me to find. Of course, I still have no intention of disclosing that information.
왜죠?
You're such a tease, Hawkshaw. Don't worry, we already worked out what you're searching for.
뭔데? 뭘 찾기 위해 고용됐어? 나 모르는데?
You're not as hopeless as you look.
Thanks.
이게 맞아?
So, that's what you were looking for in the greenhouse? This beetle?
Surely even you can understand the logic of it. The greenhouse is home to a great many insects. The gardener could have easily kept the beetle hidden in there.
왜 이
Well,
딱정벌레가
Fitz said you
뭐길래?
questioned him. but didn't actually search the greenhouse.
He is not exactly the type to appreciate subtlety. He simply didn't notice that I was using my microscope.
What do you reckon, Grimoire?
I know for a fact she didn't use the microscope in the greenhouse.
아니야? 현미경이
It's
아니야.
not a microscope at all.
All of a sudden, Detective Grimoire is some kind of expert on microscopes.
헤헤.
Most? The handheld
그것도
microscope?
아니잖아.
Almost.
뭔데?
Maybe. The handheld
아,
microscope,
PP에 따르면?
according to Fifi, uses
내가
a
PP한테 이거
telescopic
물어봤었나?
lens. So Hawkshaw I'm inclined to believe Fifi when it comes to stuff like this.
Aksha, why did you lie about owning a telescope?
When you were a child, what did you aspire to become?
A
어렸을 때
detective? Naturally.
Emperor of the Galaxy?
커다란
I
나무,
wanted to be an astronomer.
공룡.
Really?
I
천문학자가
harbored a
되고
desire
싶었대.
to understand the secrets of the wider universe. A fool's errand, to be
왜
sure,
바보 같아?
but
멋있는데?
a seductive one. At 15, I decided instead to apply my intelligence to the world around me. And so, I became a detective. But the yearning for elusive knowledge is a powerful force. I tried to keep it with me.
Sorry, but we're way off track. What's the deal with the little telescope?
A memento from my childhood. Little more than a toy.
Why did you bring it with you?
When I discovered that it was Professor Pointer who had hired me, I dared to consider it something of a planetary
아, 포인터
alignment.
교수가
I had hoped he might sign my telescope. An extremely childish indulgence, I admit.
I never would have guessed.
Hold on. You're admitting you didn't use it in the greenhouse then?
Correct. As it happens, I have no need to search the greenhouse to such a degree. Professor Pointer doesn't consider the gardener a suspect in our theft
돈을 샀고?
investigation.
So, who is your suspect?
무슨 도난 사건?
Things have become complicated.
아, 그
My lead suspect
딱정벌레
is
도난
your
사건?
murder victim.
아닌데? 흠.
Well, lay while they're on the floor.
뭐야
Oh,
이게
whatever it
지금?
is, it's
Well, it is
it's
gotta
what's
practice.
with all the broken glass.
Are you a ghost?
Sally, that's
무슨
rude.
질문이 그래?
Unless she is a ghost.
It may come as a disappointment, but I am alive.
Ah,
That makes you a suspect, I'm afraid.
I know.
what's your name?
My name is Poppy.
Poppy.
I'm a pointer. And a pianist.
We'll need to ask you a few questions about Freya.
I know.
Hey, you're pretty good.
All in the wrist. And 13 years of dedicated practice. I'm just...
고양이 같아.
There's nothing to know.
How are you related to the other pointers?
My father is Percival Pointer. The professor spends most of his time hidden away in his tower. Barely speaks to anyone these days. Especially not the fellows.
Do you get on with the fellows?
Two of them. Fifi and Freya are my closest
왜
friends.
피츠는 빼먹냐?
We all turned 19 last year.
Do people ever leave Tango Tower? I don't mean to be rude. It's just, if you're 19...
You don't have to answer that, Poppy.
It's a fair question. I'd like to move away. Definitely. Fifi, Freya, and I would often talk about it, argue about it. Freya wanted to leave, but Fifi... Things are more complicated for her.
What about now?
After what happened,
무슨
I
사건?
really don't want to stay here much longer. 3.5 hours of piano practice. Soon as I wake up. Same as always.
3.5. Does that not hurt your hands?
Sure.
And you do this in the music room?
No, I prefer to practice in my room. When I make mistakes, I like to make them in private.
What did you do after that?
I was supposed to meet Fifi in the library, but I totally forgot. When I finally got down there, she'd already gone. I checked her bedroom, but it was locked.
Was Fifi not in there?
No idea. She keeps her door locked either way. So I went back upstairs and out into the moonlight garden.
The what?
The little garden on the roof outside my room.
Was it just you up there?
No. Fitz came outside after a while. His room's on the
거기서
other
사랑
side.
위로를 한
He's
거지.
been teaching me about flowers.
So, did you talk to him?
Not really.
You ignored each other.
I didn't say that. Fitz and I were up in the moonlight garden most of the
그래.
afternoon.
연애
I heard
중이면서
this
뭐 아닌 척해.
sound. Lasted about 3 seconds. I've been trying to decide how to describe it, but I'm struggling. It was like something drilling into a piece of metal, but different. Worse. I was pretty sure it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there to check. Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. I knew
뭐야,
Freya and
잠겼었다고?
Flora were both supposed to be in there, so I made Fitz kick down the door. I went inside. Freya was lying on the floor.
Flora was in the room too?
Yeah. I think she realized what had happened at the same moment I did. I didn't know what to do, so I ran downstairs to get Fifi. Her door was still locked, but I knocked and shouted at her. Eventually, she let me in. The lights were off, but I could see she'd already been crying. I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry. First time I've ever seen her angry. I dragged her out into the hall. My father was there too, for some reason. The three of us went back up to Flora's tower. Then Felix arrived. He had Penny with him. Fifi had this idea. She wanted to do some kind of scientific test. She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes. After she was done, she went back upstairs and I went back to my room.
That's it?
That's it.
빛이랑 무슨 관계죠?
Softly does the flower grow.
아니 시를
All
읽지
in
말고.
time, and time is slow. Rest a seed within the earth, but do not rush its gentle birth. Hour by hour, day by day, tune your heart to nature's way.
자연의 마음을 맡긴다. 자연스럽게 살아있는 꽃 피어난 사이다.
Is that a gardening trowel?
Yeah. I think it belongs to Fitz.
Really? Huh, never seen him use it. Don't look at me. I didn't break it.
Does anybody else use the music room?
Yes. I don't know who, but I can tell when somebody else has touched the piano. You get some weird insects around here, but I've never seen one like that.
I'm not sure anyone has.
Freya might have. She used to keep beetles in a box in her room.
Why?
For fun, obviously. Is that Fifi's diary? I'm sure I've seen it in her room before.
That's where we found it.
Have you ever read it? Do you know what's written in there?
Nope. I'm sure she wouldn't appreciate me invading her privacy.
I thought you and Fifi were close friends.
Yeah, we are. It's just Fifi's gotten kinda impatient with me recently.
Do you know why?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure she'd tell you if you asked.
Oh, she would. She'd give it to me straight. Probably why I've been avoiding it.
This is a photo of Fifi and Freya, right?
Yeah,
How come you're not in it? You're friends with them too, aren't you?
I'm not really one for photographs.
Fifi looks like she really admires Freya.
Fifi's loyalty to Freya is unshakable.
이 게임 뭔데가
Does
어렵냐?
this belong to you, Poppy?
Now that's not really my style, is it?
But who else would own a tape like this?
Literally anybody?
그럼 이거
This is mine.
Really?
No, well, yes, it was. I gave it to Freya about a year ago.
프레야
What was
줬는데
on it?
왜 저기
Nothing.
버려져 있었어?
It was blank. Freya said she wanted to record something.
Any idea how it ended up underwater?
Maybe someone wanted to destroy it, but got really lazy.
All right,
I
Poppy's
wonder
been...
what's in there.
커피의 방으로 일단 바로 가봅시다.
There's something about that diary we found in something.
Let's ask her about it.
나중에. 퍼피의 방. 근데 뭔가 퍼피빵은 약간 좀 매혹적이야. 마음에 들어. 근데 왜 전등은 문어 모양이야?
It's an octopus.
No, it
It's
has
not.
6 legs. Don't say it.
Sextopus.
약간 인어공주 마녀 방이 이럴 것 같아요.
Firm support for their
나 이 장미 본 적 있어. Here. 여기서 봤지.
a single. How very.
Yeah, weird. It's a metronome.
얘도 퍼즐이야?
It's.
Is it a
ticking.
bomb?
It's supposed. Not sure what those symbols are, though.
뭐가 맨 위로 가야 돼? 아. 어? 이렇게인가?
That's done it.
Neat. What happened?
A little hatch
사실
unlocked
저런
in the
게임은
back.
뭔가 알아서 한다라기보단 찍어서 맞추는 느낌으로 합니다. 퍼즐에 약해요.
Anything in there?
Mm-hmm. Part of a photograph.
어? 퍼피아가 머리 노란색으로 염색한 거야? 힙한데?
There's something about something.
Let's ask Poppy about it.
일단 나중에. 그러면은 어차피 물어봐야 될 사람들한테 이렇게 뜨죠? 혐의 어쩌고저쩌고 하면서.
Sheet
It's
music.
only a few
Yeah,
minutes.
it's been framed though. Must be important for some reason.
장미. 장미를 굉장히 좋아하시네요.
Various
What do you
hand.
think those say?
Hopefully. A big glass door leads out
There's a little mech.
이건 뭐 어떻게 하는 건데? 아까 햇빛이 이렇게 있었잖아.
Something happened.
That must be it.
어? 아 그럼 반대편이 이 모양인가 보다.
And the
I
door.
still feel like we made some sort. Didn't we?
We did, but the door's still locked.
그러면은 이 방에 가서 바로 오픈.
It's locked.
I thought we
We
were
are.
something, but
It made a
오픈.
noise.
I guess that was right. Finally.
Whatever's on the other side.
옥상천. 오 이쁘다. 되게 여기에는 도마뱀이 음악도 듣고 있고 힙하네.
It's another little statue, doing a really bad job of hiding in the bushes.
He's playing a lute this time.
He's also wearing.
Well, they're not party and they're not headphones. They're earmuffs. Giant stone frog. Love it.
되게 독특한 뭐라 그래? 달서? 과제? 그런 것도 있네요.
Yeah, he's got his tongue.
Except those aren't snowflakes. They're feathers.
깃털. 얼룩새의 깃털은 아니고. 그러면 여기를 먼저 갈래. 세 장? 손이 되게 독특하신데?
And a
And
special.
it's home to 3 especially fancy birds.
근데 왜 옥상 저온에 얘네 깃털이 있었을까?
Oh, just beautiful.
Huh?
Sort of a delicate jade, but with a little seafoam green, is that right?
Sorry?
Your hair, dear! Which shade do you use? It's lovely! And that shape, you're really pushing the envelope.
Oh, thanks. I do what I can to offset Grimoire's beige on brown ensemble.
Detectives don't need to be brightly colored. We prefer to blend into the background.
Oh, you're the detective? Delightful. Penny Pointer, pleasure.
Is that short for Penelope?
Officially, yes, but I never can be bothered with all 4 syllables of it. Penelope sounds a little ostentatious coming out of the mouth, don't you think?
Sure. Yeah.
20-something, Aquarius, love to travel.
20대야?
Nearly all of my friends are birds.
친구가
Travel.
나도 이
Where
사람이
to?
세라는 줄 알았어.
Anywhere at all, as long as it has species worth studying. Ornithology, they call it. I call it the only thing I've ever been good at.
And have you studied the birds here at Tangle Tower?
But of course! Where else do you think I developed my love of the field? No matter where I go, I always find myself coming home to Tangle Tower.
근데
Because of the
한편으로 이
birds.
탱글타운 진짜
Oh,
좀
no,
기괴한
because of him!
마을이긴 하다.
Silly to admit, but I suppose I
기괴한
can't
마을?
bear for us to
탑집?
be apart.
Who are you talking about?
포인트
Oh,
교수?
don't you know? My fiancé, dear Fitz. He's not really the traveling
약혼자라고?
type, you see.
Fitz fellow.
The very one.
You're engaged to a member of the Fellow family? That's interesting.
I'm not especially interested in whatever tedious
뭐야?
feuding goes on between our two families.
불륜이야?
Fitz and I
뭐야?
find it much easier to stay out of it altogether.
피츠 뭐야? 나는 왜 이 여자가 그 천문학 파피였나? 그 아버지의 아내라고 생각했던 거지? 근데 피츠는 오히려 이 여자를 페넬로프였나? 전혀 관심이 없어 보였거든요?
I awoke early and headed down into the greenhouse to see
하지만
Fitz.
피츠는 항상
He's always there.
외부 정원에
Crack of
있지.
dawn, every morning like clockwork.
How come?
It's where he's happiest.
일방적 짝사랑
That he has a
같은데?
great deal of work to do every day, watering, pruning, mulching, whatever that is.
Do you help him with the work in the greenhouse?
Oh, no. I wouldn't dream of it. I'd probably break something.
So, you stayed with Fitz the whole day?
No. In the early afternoon, he went back inside. Rather suddenly, as it happens.
Did he say why?
He didn't. Probably just a touch of heat stroke, the poor dear. He's more delicate than you'd think.
What did you do after that?
Let's see. I returned to the aviary to feed my birds.
And how many birds are you responsible for?
Officially 4, but in truth it's more like 400.
Can they not feed themselves?
Of course! And they often do. But I think they just like the company. As do I.
진술하기 전에 이걸 먼저 봐줬으면 좋겠어.
Did Fitz show you that?
Not
잠깐
exactly.
얘도
We found it hidden under his bed.
Ah, right.
본인이라고 생각할 거 아니야. 얘도 피잖아. 다른 거. 이거
Very nice.
You've seen these before?
Yes.
All of them.
여기
Even this one of-
퍼피.
Yes.
뭐야 왜 보고도 말이 없어?
We can get into Penny's room now.
Now, like, right now?
나중에 아직 진술을 못 들었어.
Sometime in the evening, I left the aviary and headed back towards my room. But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer
포인트는
heading down the
삼촌이고.
stairs. He was muttering something.
삼촌 어디 가요?
Seemed a bit upset, the poor dear. I followed him down, but the grand hall was empty by the time I got there. Empty aside from Detective Hawkshaw, who was loitering over by the library. I don't know what it was, but she looked a little lost. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower. I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path. For some reason, he was coming out of Fitz's bedroom. He looked rather lost, too. I told him I was looking for Uncle. He suggested we look up in Flora's tower room. We could see from the hallway. The door was off its hinges. I knew then something was terribly wrong. A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya. Uncle Pointer was there. Fitz, too, standing over in the corner with Fifi and Poppy.
What about Flora?
Of course, silent as ever. Uncle suggested we should leave. Give the others some space, you know. So he and I both returned to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
파피.
Did you talk to Poppy already?
Yeah, a little bit.
And did you make any notes of what she told you?
Yeah, I did.
왜?
Lovely. Burn
이 여자는
them.
눈이 살짝
It'll
돌아
all be
있거든요.
lies.
태워버리라고?
Why would Poppy lie to us?
Because that's what she does.
내가 봤을 때
She's
자기
a snake. Looks like
약혼남이랑
one too.
Don't you think you're being a little
썸이고 진정한
unfair, Penny?
사랑을 약혼남이라서
started it.
질투하는 것 같아. 핏은 엄청
Isn't he
좋아하거든요.
strapping?
He is big.
And so brooding.
Kinda sulky, yeah.
I can never tell what's going on in that beautiful head of his.
It just sounds like you don't know him very well.
I don't remember asking for your input.
피츠한테 가서 당신의 찐사랑은 누구인지도 물어. 뭐야 이건
That's all the
진실을
statements.
Let's go
보여줬어?
over them all.
지금 가? 어딜 가? 어딜 가? 뭘?
That's all the statements collected. Let's run through them all to see if anything doesn't add up.
To see if anyone's been lying.
That too.
Fitz and I were up in the Moonlight Garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds.
We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
Her door was locked. Nobody was answering.
그래서 얘가
So I
뭐
made Fitz kick down the door.
Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back.
I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall.
But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs. I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared.
I didn't know what to do. So I ran downstairs to get Fifi.
I heard someone heading down the stairs. Just outside my room.
Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me.
Eventually, she let me in.
I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library.
He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower.
I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry.
I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter.
We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs.
I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path.
Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer, so I escorted her.
Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too.
Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did.
A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya.
Then I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting.
She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes.
I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything.
An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his
누가
appearance.
거짓말한다는 거야?
I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
That's disappointing.
What is?
All the statements line up with
그러니까.
each other.
They don't just line up. Some of them even seem to specifically confirm each other.
일단 다른 것들도 찾아봐야 된다는 거지. 일단 얘한테
Now this is interesting. Where did you find it?
In the astronomy tower.
And yet, it does not concern the field of astronomy.
Nope.
In fact, you could even say that entomology is the exact opposite of astronomy.
Yeah, you could.
I would not say that, however.
Oh, you wouldn't?
No, it would be quite naive. To study science in any field is to study the connections between all matter in the universe, living or inanimate.
이것도 물어보자. 얘 진짜 무섭게 여기서.
Who is that in the photo?
I'm quite
누군지
sure that I have
모른다고?
no idea.
왜 누군지 몰라? 딱히 물어볼 거 없는 것 같긴 한데.
Is this your diary, Fifi? We found it in your bedroom.
Of course it is mine. Ridiculous question.
Why is it locked up like that?
You seriously require an explanation. Very well. A fairly common concept, the so-called secret diary is favored in particular by girls between the ages of 10
So, there are secrets written in here?
and this particular diary is unused.
거짓말쟁이,
It doesn't
거짓말쟁이.
look unused.
이렇게 열심히 썼는데. 근데 안 썼다 하면은 다른
It's
누군가
somebody
일기장이야?
else's diary.
How could you arrive at that conclusion? It is kept in my bedroom. It is mine.
We need a clue to compare with the diary.
진짜 주인을
Something to
증명할 수 있는
prove
거?
who the original owner was.
그게 뭔데? 비밀 일기장이랑 비교할 게 뭐 있어?
Let's take a closer look at
이거
this.
일기장. 그렇구나. 이거
This blue book is the same thing as the
근데
secret
플레이어 건데
diary,
왜
which
얘가 갖고 있는
proves
거야,
it
피피가?
belonged to Freya.
You were hiding Freya's diary
피피가
in your
부러웠나?
room, and you kept it locked too.
Why would I do either of these things?
대체 왜 그런 일해? 이건가?
Fifi didn't want anyone to see
왜?
personal
피피의
secrets
비밀이
within
뭔데?
Freya's diary.
Is this true, Fifi?
I
사실입니까?
know Freya was your friend, but if you're trying to hide something,
You did not know Freya, so this
왜?
might be
플레이어가
difficult to
왜?
understand
완전
She did her own
이쁜
thing.
인싸 같은데?
in her own way. By concealing Freya's written accounts, it is simply my intention to preserve her innocence.
Innocence?
결백?
might be easier if you just let us read the diary, Fifi.
Very well. I will open it.
아, 그래.
However, as you read it, please remember, Freya
뭘?
was the most kind and the most
친절하고
wise person
현명한
I have
사람.
ever known.
왜 안에 무슨 내용이 있길래?
Alright, Fifi unlocked.
Finally, what's in there?
그게 다시 보인다. 이번에는 실제로. 나인가? 내가 그렇게 만든 건가? 그 그림을 찢어버려야 할 것 같다. 여운 전달자는 성공이다. 장한 녀석. 이제 내게는 두 개가 있다. 둘이 더 필요해. 중앙으로 가는 길을 찾았다. 하프랑 비교하면 굉장히 단순했다. 그들을 모두 봤다. 다섯 모두. 눈을 모두 까맣게 그었다. 하지만 모든 것에도 불구하고 나는 아직 지켜야 할 약속이 있다. 나는 최선을 다할 것이다. 그녀에게는 동반자가 있어도 좋을 것이다. 이게 뭘까?
I need to confirm something with you, Poppy.
Confirm away.
What can you tell us about this cassette tape? Is it yours?
It belongs to Freya. She liked to have music playing while she was painting, you know.
And do you know what kind of music is on this tape?
No idea. Acid jazz?
It's piano music. Sounds an awful lot like your music, to be honest.
Sure, it doesn't belong to you?
Why are we even talking about this? Cassette tapes have been redundant for a good few years now.
The tape was found at the crime scene. It was in the gramophone.
It's not mine. I'd never own anything like that.
Why not?
Not my color.
You used to like these colors.
Ridiculous.
We need a clue to compare with the cassette tape. Something that proves Poppy used to like these colors. Let's take a closer look at this. The pink cassette tape found at the crime scene matches the pink cassette player used by Poppy in this old photo.
That is not me.
Yeah, it is. I'll prove it. You look a little different, but Fifi and Freya are pretty recognizable. It's clearly a photo of you with your two best friends. Why'd you tear it up and then hide it?
I think the answer is pretty straightforward. Poppy doesn't want to look like that anymore.
That's it? Makes this whole thing seem kind of irrelevant.
Maybe. It depends on the reason.
Reason she doesn't want to look like that anymore?
The passage of time is a powerful thing.
Hold on. This means that pink cassette tape does belong to you, Poppy.
It used to. I recorded some piano music onto it and gave it to Freya as a gift. Years ago.
Freya could have easily been listening to this tape at the exact moment she was killed. There's gotta be a connection between the tape, the gramophone, and the murder.
There's one other thing I want to know. How did it get that crack down the middle?
I have no idea.
It's a birdhouse.
Are those real? Nope.
They're using up all the perches. What if a real bird wanted to?
That's the one.
Hey, not bad. Did the door open?
That's
There's something we just feels out of place.
Penelope is my fiancée.
Don't take this the wrong way, but Penny doesn't really strike me as your type.
She's not who she pretends to be. People think she's... well, they make assumptions.
And how's the relationship doing recently?
Good. It's good. Poppy and I are friends.
Oh, I can buy that. Dark clothes, blue hair, an average of 3 words per sentence. Oh, you're like 2 peas in a pod.
She's very kind, and she has an interest in plants. Unusual flowers, mostly. I've been teaching her.
Right.
Is something wrong? Those petals, they,
What?
they're red. A flower.
Yeah, it's a flower. We found it in Penny's room.
Okay.
Mean anything to you?
Why would it?
Come on.
I don't really go into Penny's room or anywhere in Pointer Tower. I just don't have a reason to.
This is yours, Fitz?
Yeah.
Do you use it?
I keep all my tools in the greenhouse.
That wasn't what she asked.
I've seen beetles with brightly colored shells, metallic shells even. They're relatively common, especially around here. There's a difference between that and actual gold.
It can't be actual gold. Gold is just inside the earth or whatever. You can't make it. It's called alchemy. It was a whole thing.
Yes, it's my, my flower.
You don't like it?
I'm no good at caring for plants. I forget to water them. Birds are much easier. They're a lot more vocal when they get thirsty.
Do you at least like the look of the flower?
The look?
The colors? The shape of it?
Between you and me, I think it's a little vulgar. That's rather strange now, isn't it?
We found it in your room.
Just lying around, was it?
Nope. You'd hidden it, but we found it.
We do that.
Who's the her in the message? And what's the deal with the petals?
It's really none of your business. She's a most unsavory little... She was incredibly rude about my appearance.
Which part? The giant bird arms, or...
If I were her, I'd go easy on the judgment of others. I mean, look at her. She looks like the ghost of a scarecrow. I just wish Uncle Pointer would tell her to behave herself.
Professor Pointer? Why him?
Oh, it was Uncle that called her in. She's his responsibility. Did you not know that? Somebody taking an interest in extinct animals.
Extinct.
Oh, yes. The book is very old. Most of the birds in it are long gone.
Well, what about this bird, though? The ink dip.
This one? Well, it was thought to be extinct for a long time. Then one was found here at Tangle Tower.
So it's not extinct.
You misunderstand. It was the last one. The very last.
Oh.
I know a lot of people rather like this painting, but it's a little much for me. I find it overbearing. And for some reason, it makes me feel bad for Freya. I think she was more troubled than we knew.
Hard to read, that one, but she seems to know what she's doing.
She's kind of mean.
You know, I simply assumed all detectives were sharp, rigorous, and thorough. Then, of course, I met you. Oh, my. This is the first piece that Primrose ever learnt on the piano. Primrose, that is Poppy's mother. She passed it down to Poppy when she started teaching her how to play.
Poppy's piano teacher was her mother?
Of course. Warms my heart to know that after everything, Poppy still has it up on her wall. I've seen those earmuffs before. They're the ones Fitz always wears when he's out the front gardening.
Always wears?
Whenever I've seen him, yes.
Wait, those are mine, the earmuffs. They went missing about a week ago.
What do you need earmuffs for?
I use them for gardening sometimes.
Why? You don't own a chainsaw, do you?
No. I wear them while I'm gardening, and it stops people from trying to talk to me.
That's genius.
Penelope knows about birds. You should ask her instead.
Actually, I wanted to ask you about something. There's a plant mentioned on this page, see? Do you have any? In the greenhouse?
No, I don't grow that anymore. I've tried, in the past. It's incredibly difficult, even for me. I could never get it to live more than a couple of weeks.
Scratched it off.
Poppy has remarkable musical talent. She could be famous, wealthy even, if she wanted to.
She'd probably have to leave Tangle Tower first.
Quite. I find her rather embarrassing, little more than a spoilt child.
Penny must be at least 25.
27. Just makes it worse. Where did you find this?
Do you have any theories about where this might have been?
Or who might have had it.
I have several theories, but they are my theories, and I'm not going to share them.
Quite the character, eh? A fellow member of the Order of the Crimson Cloak.
Is that a real thing?
No, I just meant to, because we both wear, you know, red capes of a sort.
Has she questioned you yet?
If you call that questioning, she seemed bored by everything I had to say. I heard on the grapevine, supposedly Hawkshaw is searching for some rare item, something called the Golden Beetle. Honestly, it's probably a bunch of sensationalist rubbish.
You reckon?
Quite sure. There is no treasure called the Golden Beetle.
How do you know?
Because I would have heard of it.
Name, Felix Fellow. Age, 53. Profession, none. Likes, collecting objects of negligible monetary value and assigning them personal value. Dislikes, the inescapable realities of human existence. Notes, Felix is my father and legal guardian.
And, is he a good dad?
I have no point of comparison, but I would say no.
No? Why not?
You asked me a binary question. Do not get upset that I provided one of the two possible answers.
What makes him a bad father, Fifi?
He has trouble expressing his emotions, and something of a willful detachment from reality.
Huh. Just like you, then.
Grimoire.
No, he is quite correct. Name, Fitzfellow. Age, 24. Profession, cryptobotanist. Likes soil, dislikes electric lights.
Hang on. Cryptobotanist? I thought he was just a gardener.
That may well be his preferred label. Mine, however, is more accurate.
Do you and Fitz not see eye to eye, Fifi?
We do not.
Well, I wouldn't have thought so. He's well over 6 foot and you've got to be just barely 5.
So, what's your problem with him?
Exactly 1 week ago, I witnessed him sneaking up Pointer Tower. He was making every effort to avoid detection.
So?
He was also carrying a knife. That blade.
It's a troll for gardening.
It is. It is a flower. It reminds me of something, but I cannot say what. A wooden carving of my father, made by my father. Although, now that I look at it, I do not understand how he was able to paint the red parts without any red paint.
Fifi, did you test the red paint in this pot?
Yes, I did. I discovered it too was blood, not paint.
A whole pot full of blood?
Not a whole pot. It is only partially full.
Yeah, but still. Doesn't that freak you out?
No. In fact, it may be considered rather reassuring.
There's something about Felix's painting. Something.
Let's ask him about it.
There's something about the report of Fitz going up something.
Let's ask him about it.
So, about this paint.
Nothing suspicious about it. I used it to paint, obviously. Totally normal thing to do.
We never said it was suspicious.
Come on then, out with it. What exactly are you accusing me of?
It's not your paint pot. Did you take it from somewhere else?
What on earth? It's definitely mine. I even have proof. Look, the lid matches the ones on all my other paint pots. End of discussion.
That's not the end of the discussion.
We need a clue to compare with Felix's red paint. Something to prove who it actually belongs to. Let's take a closer look at this. Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it.
That red paint is from Freya's supplies, not yours. Swapping the lids doesn't hide what you did.
Why are you bothering me about paint anyway? And none of this is connected to your murder.
This red paint pot was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
Oh, that's definitely something. Right, fine. Here's the story. I was busy working on a project when I suddenly realized I had run out of red paint. There was a certain amount of time pressure. So I politely asked Freya if I could borrow her just for a little while, you know, perfectly reasonable request.
But she said no.
I tried to explain why I needed it, but she didn't seem to care. So, well, I took Freya's red paint pot and swapped it with my own empty one.
You went into her room?
Not my proudest moment, but it's just paint. I didn't touch anything else.
And the paint pot you left behind was definitely empty?
Quite. I have absolutely no idea how it got blood in it, if that's what you're asking.
Why were you in such a hurry to get a hold of red paint anyway?
I was trying to finish this in time for Flora's birthday. I needed red to paint the final details.
Could you not have just used a different color?
Out of the question. It had to be red and white.
If you managed to finish it, why haven't you given it to Flora yet?
Well, I decided against it in the end. After what happened, seemed a bit insensitive.
So, Fitz, I have a report that you were seen sneaking up Pointer Tower, holding a knife.
That's not right. I don't go into Pointer Tower. I don't own a knife. And I don't sneak. Was it Fifi who told you this?
How did you know that?
A guess. She doesn't like me very much. But yeah, she was mistaken. Maybe she wasn't wearing her eye lens thing.
What do you think, Grimoire?
Fifi did see Fitz, but he was holding something else.
So, if it wasn't a knife, what was it?
What about this?
Ah, that.
Is it yours?
It was a gift. It's sentimental. I have no reason to take it up Pointer Tower. I don't use it at all.
An ornate trowel is used by Fitz to look after a potted flower in Penny's room.
That flower.
Yes.
I've never seen it before.
We need a clue to compare to that flower. Something that proves its connection to Fitz.
Let's take a closer look at these. The pot and soil in Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in Fitz's greenhouse. Let me guess. Penny's flower was originally a gift from you, Fitz. There's no way it's a coincidence.
No way what's a coincidence?
The flower. It looks exactly like Penny.
It took me a long time to breed. I wanted the colors to be exactly right.
That's some gift.
Turns out Penny isn't particularly interested in looking after plants. So I go into her room every now and again when she's not there. Water the flower, change the soil, just trying to keep it alive.
Every astronomy.
I want to try.
You can see right.
Not by
I can
accident.
see Flora, but she's not looking. Behind her is the back side of the easel. I can't really see anything behind her. I can just about see the back. I can see the doorway. The door itself is on the floor.
It's that little
Don't
plant.
you think it would
Maybe
fall?
it's glued down.
You can see.
Not by
I can see
accident.
behind her is the back side. I can't really see anything behind her.
Is that a window? Is there another room?
We should check that next time we're over there.
It's too dark back there.
Isn't this supposed to be? I'm pretty sure you
I
need.
can't move it. I think this is just how it's set up.
There's something about something.
Let's ask him about it.
So, Professor, what interests you about astronomy exactly?
It's not a matter of being interested. Once you expand your mind to the wider universe, it cannot be unexpanded.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been an astronomer?
I really don't like to give exact values unless I'm sure I can quantify them.
Convenient.
Why do you ask me these things?
I have a theory about you, Professor.
Oh? Go on.
You're not really interested in astronomy at all.
What could you possibly mean by that?
I think you're interested in a slightly different field of research.
I don't have time for tiny, insignificant insects. My studies focus only on the inconceivably large and the unimaginably far away.
Right. That's why you like using your telescope so much.
Yes, naturally. My little portal into another world.
Yeah, about that. Pointer's telescope, almost. Pointer's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene and not up at the sky.
First, you accuse me of being a lowly entomologist. Now you're accusing me of, what, spying?
Are you spying?
Why would I need to spy on Flora?
Why? Because you lost your golden beetle specimen, and it's made you paranoid. You think somebody stole it from you.
Might not have been Flora you were spying on. Might have been Freya.
It's a very precious specimen. Incredibly rare. Valuable in ways you could never understand. Freya was always sneaking around, both towers and in the gardens too. She was definitely up to something.
So, this next question is important. You were looking to Flora's room around the time of the murder. Did you witness the crime, Professor?
No, I didn't. When I looked into the room, Flora was already lying on the floor.
Flora? You mean Freya?
No, Flora. She was lying by the window. I couldn't see Freya at all. It was fairly dark, and the telescope isn't at a very good angle. That's why I decided to head over there myself. I needed to know what was going on.
This changes your statement, doesn't it?
No, everything I told you in my statement was true.
Apart from the reason you left your tower in the first place.
Right.
Let's go over what we know. Freya was
Something to do with the statue.
Maybe we should go back and check. And we could have.
This wasn't here.
What is it?
It's a little wooden toy.
There's a
What does
note.
it say? Grimoire? What do you think? Is it
How?
Why don't we check the handwriting with Freya's diary?
Good idea.
Well,
It's a.
well, we have a ghost town.
Let's keep this.
What about the little...
Maybe we can put it to some kind of. We know a little more about the crime scene now. So, what do you think? Was Freya stabbed by her own painting?
pot? Almost. Blood from the paint pot was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink dip feather to resemble a bloody knife.
I think you're right. Can't decide if I'm disappointed or relieved.
I have a question. Why?
Either it's a very strange coincidence, or somebody set it up.
Somebody deliberately put blood in the paint pot and hid that feather after the crime. Why? To distract us?
Possibly.
Well, it worked.
Possibly.
Flora's the only person who could have hidden the feather, unless someone took it from her.
Let's go over what we do know. The door was locked the whole time. It stayed locked until Fitz kicked it down. Normally, it can only be opened from the inside. Pointer said he couldn't see Freya from his telescope, but he did see Flora lying by the window.
So whatever got Freya got Flora too?
Except Flora survived. She didn't get a stab wound like Freya did.
Hold on. If there was no knife, then what did stab Freya?
It could be anything. It might not even be important.
How is it not important?
Right now, I'm less interested in the what, and more interested in the how.
The angle of Freya's wound suggests she was stabbed at a perfect right angle. That is, from directly in front of her. but she was standing right up by the canvas.
Somehow, Freya ended up lying on her back, still perfectly in line with the painting.
Maybe something went through it.
Through the painting? Wouldn't that leave a hole?
Okay, well, how about this? How do we know Freya was stabbed before she fell over? Maybe her being stabbed and her falling over are completely unrelated.
Just dusty junk. What is that?
Not sure.
Looks like it might attach to something. It says hanging up.
You know, there's a name.
I know.
It's not quite as dusty. Also, it's not stuffed. What's in that little? I bet it's bones. A skull, at least.
Maybe I won't open it.
Nothing catching. Kind of. Nothing catching. Kind of. Where's that light coming?
That's just daylight. There's a decent gap between. Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is?
Where did you find this?
It was in the attic.
Oh, huh. I forgot we even had an attic. Yeah, it's mine.
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
That's all for me.
So,
Should
what-
we go back to the gun?
Let's try this again.
That's gotta...
Nothing. Maybe it's broken.
Wait, do you hear that?
Are we gonna go in?
Yeah, but there's a couple of things I want to do.
Finally! I get to see a detective's case file.
That's a very specific thing to be excited about.
Well, only last week I asked that miserable Hawkshaw woman if I could see her case notes.
I'm guessing she said no.
Would have been much more polite if she had just said no. Instead, she was quite rude to me. Accused me of being, what was it? A shallow sensationalist. I must say the girls are awfully well behaved today. I think they know we're in the presence of company.
They belong to you. Why do you keep them in a cage?
They need a special diet, particular treatment. I let them out to fly occasionally, of course. But they're all one of a kind. I couldn't let anything happen to them.
Do they have names?
Of course. Let me introduce you to Tabitha, Tamara, and Tatiana.
I've already forgotten all 3 of those names.
Which one is which?
Oh, that's simple. Tatiana is the oldest, Tabitha is the most patient, and Tamara has the best sense of rhythm.
Glad we cleared that up.
What about the one on your head?
On my head? He's just my hat. He doesn't have a name. Who would name their hat?
There's something about those petals we found in Penny's room. Something.
Let's ask her about it.
So, yeah, we found this.
Oh, that's nothing.
You wrote, "Now I'll get her," on a piece of paper and hid it in your room. That's not nothing.
Actually, it's not the message I wanted to ask about. It's those red flower petals.
The petals.
They're from red roses, and there's only one place in Tango Tower with red roses.
We need a clue. Something that shows the roses and who they belong to. It's a drawing of Fitz and Poppy in the rooftop garden. See what Fitz is holding?
I can't imagine what you're getting at, but it doesn't matter. I couldn't have taken anything from the rooftop garden. It's only accessible from Fitz's room or Poppy's room. How could I have taken something from a garden to which I have no access?
Is it really only accessible from those 2 bedrooms?
For most people, it would be. But don't forget, Penny's the resident ornithologist.
My dears, what are you accusing me of?
One of Penny's birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz and steal evidence from them. We know those 2 have been spending time together in the rooftop garden. I'm guessing you got paranoid. Wanted to know what they were up to.
I'm just not the jealous type. I would never suspect Fitz of anything like that. Besides, Tabitha hardly ever leaves her cage. She's certainly never flown up to the rooftop garden.
We need a clue to compare with Penny's birds. Something to prove one of them has been in the rooftop garden. Let's take a closer look at these. This yellow feather was left behind by Penny's yellow bird when it visited the rooftop garden.
I can't stand it! Knowing the 2 of them are hidden away up there in their private little garden. I couldn't risk spying on them myself, so I asked dear Tabitha to do it for me. I knew she'd be able to bring me back some evidence.
Sorry, Penny, but are you not overreacting a little?
You don't understand. Fitz is slipping away from me. He's so quiet with me these days, but being with Poppy seems to bring him out of his shell. I don't know what he sees in her miserable little... I apologize. This really isn't your burden to bear.
Are we done?
For now, it's about time we found out what's... Where do you think it goes?
Down.
It looks like the liquid is ice cold. Hand-drawn entomology chart. Hand-drawn entomology chart. Hand-drawn entomology chart. A glass tank.
There's a layer of condensation on the inside.
A cracked glass tank. Each one has 1 or 2 insects.
I like that you called them rooms. What a mess.
Any idea what this is all about? Is that a period?
No, but it does kind of
What are
look...
those symbols?
They're all comic symbols. Mostly based on the planets, the sun, the moon.
Huh. Reminds me of the chart.
The one from the chalk?
Yeah. This looks like it was...
Didn't we see those same symbols in the green?
What's in there? It's a little diagram of a
That's
beetle.
weird.
What?
It looks really compared to the beetles behind the glass.
9 beetles.
Poor little guy.
And there's a bunch. It's mostly numbers. No idea. 2 dark.
It's a hatch.
But we're all ready.
Depends on your perspective.
We still haven't explored this room, probably.
Is it locked?
Seems likely, doesn't it? Weird looking
I'm
safe.
pretty sure the latches can slide into the middle.
Got it.
I'm impressed. Anything inside?
Yeah, more research.
Whose research is this? This is some seriously in-depth research.
It's impressive, but it's incomplete. There's a section missing.
So, this is Pointer's secret lab.
Definitely seems like he's the one using it.
I guess not a lot of people know about the secret entrance.
Right. But if Pointer's the only one who comes down here, why would he need to lock his research in a safe? Who is he hiding it from?
He's just paranoid, especially about his golden beetle.
What do you think he's trying to do exactly?
Pointer has been trying to breed the golden beetle in the underground laboratory.
Why? Because it's rare?
Because it's gold?
Is that it?
I think so. I don't think he cares about entomology any more than he cares about astronomy. He just wants to get one over on Felix. If he can breed his own gold, suddenly Poppy's inheritance is looking pretty,
Infinite. Might explain why he was so worried about losing the beetle. Maybe somebody did steal it.
Might have been Freya after all. We know she was trying to get through the secret door in the garden.
She might not have known what was down here, though. Maybe she was just curious.
Curious, sure, but not naive. I reckon she knew what was going on.
I think we're still missing the bigger picture. There's no way this is all just about a beetle. We're done.
Ready to go down? Again.
Basements don't...
We're at the bottom of the lake. It must be.
Right, but if that's the lake bed...
Like what?
White, no plants. That's not what a lake looks like.
Where are we? Empty for a long...
A single book on a...
This is creepy.
Why?
I think it's a children's book.
Old
How
cards.
exciting.
Oh, but they're also damp and empty.
We're too late. Photograph.
Why?
Not sure. Some kind of metal stabbing thingy. So what's the photo? Do you know who it is in the photo? There's a roll of paper.
I'll see.
Let me guess.
Misted Mansion. Is it not Tangle?
Tangle Tower. Before the towers?
The rooftop. Well, that name makes a little more sense in this. Storage.
It's Freya's room.
A bedroom.
That's Fifi's room, isn't it?
Study. Wait.
I know what you're thinking. And no, we never.
How did we miss it?
The Grand Hall.
What's that?
I think it's that big glass. It's the room.
The lavatory?
Yeah.
That's the room. It's not labeled.
I think it already existed when this was made.
Music room. It's the aviary. And that's the lake, right?
It used to be a lot lower down than... This seems...
Agreed. Did you notice how much light this room has? For a room with one candle?
It's all coming through the window.
I'm pretty sure lakes are supposed to be darker at the bottom, not lighter.
Why is there a room down here anyway? And why is it so much older than the rest of Tangle Tower?
We still don't really know why people came to live here in the first place.
Maybe they just wanted to get rich, like Pointer with his beetles.
I feel like the Remingtons came here for the lake, for what was in it.
It's empty, though. More empty than a normal lake would be.
It is now, yeah. Maybe we're too late.
This man in the photo, he reminds me of something from one of our clues.
Felix made a little model of him for Flora.
Yeah, it makes sense when you know who he is. Lord Remington.
Remington. That makes him Flora's father, meaning the girl in the photo is...
Yeah, it's her. See the bird, too.
I never would have guessed. Times sure do change.
I don't know. I don't think she looks so different.
Let's head back. I want to find that... Wow.
How long were we down there?
This must be...
How are we supposed to get up there?
Hang on, but I think there's a switch. A ladder.
Want to go up?
It's a wooden pin hung up on one.
Looks like there's a couple of things missing from it.
Who are all the people?
Not sure, but it looks like someone didn't like. Their eyes have all been crossed out. That photo is important, I'm sure.
A wooden stool.
Nice chair. Maybe it's just heat from the incinerator.
Maybe. Crumpled up.
Is there anything written?
Not really. It's mostly black.
Do those look like scratches?
Yeah, they're on the inside. Coffee table, half-empty wine bottle. I'm gonna say...
Someone complacent enough to leave their notebook lying around.
Talking about it. Is that a...
It's got a translucent...
Also, crabs normally have two... Ugh.
Grimoire, don't you think it looks familiar? This crab really reminds...
That little wooden...
Yeah, but I don't think that... I think I've seen it more recently.
Is that it?
It's got a...
Also... Perfect. What's this?
Something somebody didn't want us to find. What is it? An axe and some kind of hunting knife.
Honestly, doesn't...
I'm more worried about the third one.
The third
one that isn't there.
An incinerated stone.
Is there anything
It's
left?
mostly ash. Yeah, there's something. Someone's been using this. I don't get it. This room is in the original building plans for the mansion, but nowadays it's some big secret?
It's not a secret to everybody. At least one other person still knows about this room.
The way the notebook was left out on the table makes me think it's someone who has the room all to themselves.
Whoever it was, they left more than just the notebook. There's a whole design project on this pinboard. Feels like someone put quite a bit of effort into it.
It's a shame there are things missing from it. I'm betting it'd make more sense if we could see it all together.
That might not be impossible, you know.
The painting from Freya's room and those sketches. Did Freya design Detective Hawkshaw's clothes? What kind of sense does that make?
I don't think that's why Freya made that painting, but it may have been why somebody took a photo of it to use as reference. And as for those sketches of Hawkshaw, I don't think Freya actually drew them. It was somebody else, someone with less of a talent for art.
Doesn't exactly narrow it down. Should we go ask Detective Hawkshaw about all this?
I'm not sure. I still don't know what's really going on.
Another photograph.
Their faces are all crossed out with some kind of black ink.
That's weird.
Oh, you think so?
No, I mean, something I just realized. Sally, did we meet any of these people here at Tangle Tower?
Well, the woman on the left looks a little like Poppy, but her style is way different. And at first I thought the guy on the top right was Felix, but now that I look at it, I don't think it is him.
Was someone trying to hide it? From us?
I don't know, but it looks incomplete to me. I want to know what happened to the rest of it. Where are the other parts?
We found them already.
What do you make of it?
Not sure. Let's keep an open mind.
You don't think the crossbow is the murder weapon?
Oh no, the crossbow is definitely the murder weapon. But that doesn't mean we've solved the mystery. Time to solve this.
All right, break out the notebook. Time to put it all together.
Let's start with this. It's an arrow for the crossbow, and it matches Freya's wound. It's the murder weapon. I'm sure of it.
Despite the fact it doesn't have any blood on it, and it wasn't found anywhere near the crime scene.
Mm-hmm. It was cleaned, then it was hidden. I don't think anybody expected us to get down to that room at the bottom of the lake.
Okay, so Freya was shot by a crossbow. Where was it fired from?
It was fired from above Freya.
Above, huh?
Yeah, our diagram doesn't show everything. Let's add in the rest of the crime scene.
The attic.
Perfect hiding place. We even found a part of the murder weapon up there. The reel was used to pull the arrow back up through the crack in the floorboards.
Explains why we never found a weapon at the crime scene, I guess.
The murderer must have dropped the reel in the attic. I'm guessing they were in a hurry to escape.
Wait. The arrow was fired through the crack in the floorboards?
Yeah, it's directly above where Freya was found lying on her back.
Nope. Doesn't add up. It would have missed her if she was still standing up by the painting.
Ah, right.
Unless... Freya was already lying on her back before the arrow was fired.
I think so too. She'd fallen unconscious.
Something in the room caused Freya to fall unconscious.
The gramophone.
Right.
But the gramophone by itself can't do that.
There was something in the gramophone.
Mm-hmm. Something small.
Not it.
Pointer's research says it can emit an incredibly loud hiss when it feels threatened. Poppy and Fitz both said they heard a loud noise around the time of the murder. Neither of them had any idea what it was.
This seems a little far-fetched. Is it really loud enough to knock someone out?
No, I don't think so, not by itself. But don't forget, it was being amplified by the shape of the gramophone. I don't think we're purely talking about volume either. It might just be a particular type of frequency.
This is getting kinda scientific. Since when do you know anything about the effects of weaponized audio frequency?
I don't, but I think someone else does. Do you remember that statue we found in the music room? The hornet's playing. It's a pretty similar shape to the one on the gramophone. That broken glass isn't there on accident. This is someone's science experiment.
Thinking about it, Pointer said he saw Flora was knocked out too. I guess they were both in range of the noise, although Pointer might have been lying.
Personally, I think he was telling the truth about that. It's pretty clear a powerful frequency did pass through Flora's tower. Caused quite a bit of damage too. Those cracks didn't appear out of nowhere. Freya's paints, the pink cassette tape, and the gramophone itself, they all sustained similar damage while they were in that room.
That's some seriously powerful vibration, enough to crack metal, enough to knock someone out all the way across a room.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't get. If the frequency was so powerful and had such a big range, how did the murderer pull it off? Wouldn't they have been in range too? Think about it. They can't have been much further away from the gramophone than Flora was.
They protected themselves.
How?
These are some pretty heavy-duty earmuffs. I think they'd be enough to block out the sound.
Right. Let's go over everything from the start. 1. Freya is painting Flora's portrait. They're listening to music on the gramophone.
2. The murderer is hiding in the attic, wearing earmuffs.
3. The golden beetle starts to emit its hissing noise.
Hold on. How did it know?
The beetle?
Yeah. What triggered it at that particular moment? Pointer's research said it makes the noise when it feels threatened.
I'm not sure. Maybe something in the music?
Maybe.
4. Freya and Flora are both knocked unconscious by the vibrations. Freya lands on her back. She drops the brush and palette by her side.
5. The murderer fires the crossbow directly downwards.
6. The arrow is pulled back up on the reel.
7. The murderer leaves the attic, presumably.
8. The door is kicked down. Fitz and Poppy enter the room.
That's it. There's something
What?
wrong. I just want to check. Let's go back to the crime scene.
And it's dark. And it's dark. And it's dark.
The plant, it's in the
What?
book. Look!
And it's dark.
Freya, did you leave us a clue?
So what's bothering you?
Something that's not here. The thing we didn't find. We know she was holding it during the painting.
Flora's ink dip feather?
It was here. In this room. Where'd it go?
We found it somewhere else. We were a little too late to save it.
So it was stolen from the crime scene. And ended up in the incinerator down in the study.
Someone wanted to destroy it, I guess.
But how? How was it stolen from up here in Flora's tower?
Presumably, Flora dropped it when she fell unconscious.
Yeah, and then what? The murderer couldn't have stolen it if they were up in the attic.
So the question is, how could they steal something from a room they weren't able to access? The final clue about the crime scene. Freya left it for us right here. It's in the unfinished painting. It's not quite a photo, but still, it's an image of the crime scene recorded just before the murder. If only she'd finished it, then I could be totally sure.
It's true she never finished it, but she did intend to finish it.
Meaning?
We know more about the painting than what Freya actually got down on the canvas. Freya prepared all the colors she was going to need before she started painting. Blood on the brush. Nope. The yellow paint was going to be used to paint the sketch of something sitting in the window.
Something in the window. Oh.
There she is. Our little thief.
How long has it been? Did it hear the...
She did, but she's a very good listener. Well now, I think this has quite served its purpose, don't you?
Penny, why did you...
It's Penelope, if you don't mind. But before we begin, isn't there a certain formality demanding our attention? Lovely. Now, tell me, what was it that drove you this far? I'm ever so curious.
Justice. For Freya.
Is that right? Interesting.
Why did you do it, Penny? What did Freya do to you?
Absolutely nothing.
So, what? You just hated her indiscriminately?
Freya Fellow was an inspiration to us all. She was possessed of a great energy, the volition to create something from nothing, the willpower to walk beyond her boundaries. She was truly free. Everything I couldn't be.
You know what? I just realized I actually have no idea who Penelope Pointer really is.
Weird, isn't it? Considering we've met her, 3 times now?
Exactly. How do we know this one isn't a disguise too?
You think you've already hollowed us out, don't you? Only a few short hours at Tangle Tower, and you feel like you've got everyone sussed. Unearthed every single one of our secrets, nothing but bullet points for your notebook. Go on, indulge me. What does it say in your notes about Penelope Pointer? I suppose I can't argue with that, can I?
Penny, we only know what you choose to tell us, so why not help us out?
Very well. Penelope Pointer is actually not very important at all. She pales in comparison to those who came before her and to those that came after. Living at Tangle Tower, it is very difficult to attain the levels of self-realization you probably take for granted.
You sure this is a Tangle Tower thing and not a you thing?
Perhaps you didn't notice. Not one of them is happy. Not one.
So why stay? Why not just leave?
I thought she did leave. Penny, you said you traveled, didn't you?
I did. Many times I've walked away. It did not help me. You saw the family tree hanging in the grand hall, did you not?
Yeah, it lists a bunch of people who don't live here anymore.
A bunch of people who don't live here anymore. I couldn't have put it better myself. My mother, for one. My father, too. The other two Remingtons. Poppy's mother, Primrose. And her brother, Richard.
And Fitz's father.
That's 5. 5 people that might have lived here, but don't.
And that was the first question I wanted answered.
You wanted to know where they'd all gone?
More than that, I wanted to know if I belonged with them. I have no place here. Not among the Fellows, the Remingtons, or the Pointers. But I felt there must be a reason why everyone else left. Some common purpose they all shared. Perhaps it could be my purpose, too.
So, what did you actually do about it?
Nothing I could do, at first. Nobody would tell me anything. The more questions I asked, the fewer answers I got. Then, I found it. I was 19. Same age Freya is now.
Found what?
The study. The one hidden in the middle of the house. It's right next to a bedroom.
I'd hear voices at night. Deep ones. And the strangest thing, the wall behind my bed would get incredibly hot. For hours on end. The paint would peel. Wallpaper wouldn't stay up. I thought I was cursed. I thought it was something trying to break through. Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore. I found my way in the same way you did. Once you know it's there, it's simple.
So, you got into the study and found the incinerator. That must have been a relief, right?
It was still warm when I found it. Then, I looked inside. Let's see how thorough you've been. Tell me, do you know what a misted is?
Misted?
Mistids? Sure, yeah.
You're more observant than I thought.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
It's a collective term, from before my time. Birds, insects, amphibians, anything living off the lake water. The mutation can take several generations, or it can happen overnight.
Wait, mistids, like cryptids, like Bigfoot or whatever.
A little egregious, isn't it? I suspect that was an intentional parallel. The main difference being mistids are perfectly real. They're just kept secret. Or at least, that was the original plan. As it happened, some got out. Quite a few got out.
How do you know all this?
When I entered the study at 19, I found a single object that rather changed my life. Something which answered my questions while at once creating all new ones.
That's not right.
The 5 missing family members standing together as a single unit, calling themselves the ambassadors of Misted Mansion.
So, the house was renamed from Misted Mansion to Tangle Tower?
And rightly so. The age of Misted Mansion is long past. When I looked inside the incinerator on my first visit to the study, I found nothing but ash. The afterimage of a bygone era denied to me in its entirety. The study, the room at the bottom of the lake itself, all empty shells. I felt my only hope lay with the ambassadors. If I could find them, maybe they'd share the family history that Flora and the others were trying so hard to forget.
How did you track them down?
It was tough. They'd taken almost everything. Books, maps, charts, the creatures themselves, all lost. taken away or destroyed. But I got lucky. I got a lead. I found one, and he led me to the rest.
And? What happened? Why'd you paint out all their faces?
They didn't help you either, did they?
19-year-old me had imagined they'd all left with a mission, a unified purpose. But they hadn't. They were, in fact, every bit as fractured as the people that still live here. Most of them had left tracking escaped mystics. Some claimed to be researchers, others little more than hunters. All 5 completely useless to me.
Even your own parents?
Eventually, I returned to Tangle Tower. I had nowhere else to go. I considered giving up. But instead, I made a decision. There was only one person at Tangle Tower still of interest to me. My dear Uncle Pointer had suddenly made a show of taking up astronomy. A fairly superficial charade. I don't think many people were fooled by it. But I knew it wasn't just a falsehood. It was a mask. Pointer had found something from the era of Misted Mansion.
So where did he get the beetle?
I cannot be sure, but I theorize that he received it in the post.
In the post? From who?
Who can say? Someone outside Tangle Tower. But the thought that he would be in contact with such a person, all that time, I decided to take what was owed to me.
So you stole it.
Stealing the beetle turned out to be only the first step. Upon realizing it was gone, Pointer made little effort to disguise his frustration. I asked what was bothering him. He foresaw no risk in sharing a little of the truth with his niece. He told me he'd lost a rare treasure, something he'd been keeping safe. I suggested, innocently, that perhaps it was not lost. Perhaps it had been stolen. He was very ready to believe he'd been the victim of theft. When I offered to call in a private detective, he jumped on the idea. She arrived the next day. Hawkshaw prides herself on her punctuality, as you know.
Why, though? Why go through all that? The name, the costume, and everything?
It's somewhat sad to admit, but I had little use left for Penny Pointer as she was. Hawkshaw afforded me new advantages, opportunities.
But didn't you have to pretend to be working for Professor Pointer?
Well, that was one of the advantages. Pointer was in such a desperate state, he was finally willing to share some of his secrets. On the second day, Hawkshaw explained she needed to be able to search the secret laboratory. Pointer gave in and gave me the code for the harp statue. Reluctantly, but still.
So, you stole Pointer's research?
I would have done, if I'd found anything worth stealing. But he had made remarkably little progress, barely scratching the surface of the beetle's true mystery.
Which is?
It carries an exoskeleton approximately 90% identical to gold. But it's not the 90% I'm interested in. Did you ever question what exactly makes the water here so unique? Before Misted Mansion was built over the lake, before the lake was even a lake, Lord Remington and his wife built a small structure here, a research station, supposedly. Fast forward 2 or 3 generations, and as you saw for yourself, it's been mostly cleared out.
The ambassadors took everything when they left.
And everything they didn't take was burned in the incinerator. However, possessing additional insight, I found something the others had missed. It's not much, but I have what I need.
So, why isn't this the end of the story? Why did you stay? Why did you kill Freya?
Simply put, Freya was too good for me. It's my fault. I pushed her over the edge, unknowingly, but still, I take the blame.
What are you talking about?
Did you know I based the design for Hawkshaw on something Freya painted? That's right. I had assumed it was purely abstract. I just thought it had a good energy. I later discovered it was a figure of some kind, something from Freya's recurring nightmare. For all her vitality, I think Freya was probably the most troubled of all of us. She was desperate to leave Tangle Tower, but she couldn't just walk away. For quite some time, she'd been trying to break into Pointer's laboratory. Freya and her friends were halfway through deciphering those symbols on the harp statue, I believe.
Why did she care about getting into Pointer's lab?
That's exactly what I wondered. At first, I thought perhaps she just wanted to free the Beatles. She has a fondness for them. What Pointer was doing upset her significantly. But in fact, I think it was something else. I think she wanted to free Fiona. The real reason Freya was unable to leave Tangle Tower is that she could not get Fiona to agree to come with her. We're now firmly in the realm of speculation, but I think Freya felt that exposing the darker secrets of Tangle Tower, not just to the rest of the family, but to the world, would compromise all three families, and perhaps, somehow, free Fiona from the shackles of her inheritance. That was her plan anyway, but something happened before Freya could find her way into Pointer's laboratory.
She found her way into your study, found your notes, found that photograph. I'm willing to bet she put it all together quicker than we did.
So she worked out what had happened to the 5 ambassadors. Specifically, what you'd done to them when they refused to help you.
Freya had made a promise to paint Flora as a birthday gift, a parting gift no less. She'd be in a locked room, several hours away from her friends. It was my best chance.
But why hide in the attic? And why bother with the beetle at all?
The beetle in the gramophone wasn't for Freya. It was for Flora. She didn't deserve to be involved. She suffered enough. I couldn't get Flora out of the room, but if she could be unconscious, then she wouldn't have to witness anything.
Why the knife? The illusion of the painted knife with the blood.
That was for Fiona. And Poppy too, I suppose. Gave them something to focus on.
You mean it distracted them while you made your escape?
It helped them cope. The very idea of something abstract, something supernatural. I believe it made things marginally less painful for them, initially. Worked on you, too.
So why are you still here? Why not take your first chance and leave?
Well, I've been waiting for an opportunity to get my beetle back. I'd really rather not leave without it.
Wait, it's still here?
It's still inside the gramophone.
What's going on?
Poppy, they are both.
You two, all
My
right.
head hurts.
You were both
happened?
unconscious. 14 minutes by my count.
Really?
You're both fine. No injuries.
Was it the beetle? In the gramophone? I heard it through the ceiling in my room.
The exact same sound we heard before the murder.
I guess it must have been.
So how did we get down here? What happened to Penny?
Fitz saved both of you, obviously.
When I reached Flora's tower, you were both unconscious, and Penny was crouched down beside you. She had her crossbow on her, but who knows? She may have just been checking you were both asleep.
Did you know that she was the murderer?
Poppy and Fifi suspected her. Apparently, they were pretty close to solving it themselves.
Fitz did not want to believe us, because he liked Penny. A lot.
But what happened? Fitz, what did she do when she saw you?
She jumped out the window.
What? Did she survive?
She did.
I heard something land in the garden outside my room. But by the time I got out there to check, she was already gone.
Hang on. Poppy, why do you have Penny's hat bird?
She left him behind. I found him sitting on the floor in the aviary, all by himself. Poor little thing. The mean lady didn't care about you at all, did she? No, she didn't.
I apologize. Poppy seems to be under the illusion that the bird can understand human language.
So, Penny got away.
I'm afraid she did.
We had suspected she might try to escape. I was stationed here by the lake's edge. I proved to be an ineffective guard. She took the boat.
Did she take the beetle with her?
Nope,
How do you know?
because it's right here.
It was still in the gramophone. I guess I scared her off before she had a chance to take it.
Poppy, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to give it back to your father?
No, I'm not. It doesn't belong to anyone. So, I'm going to put it on the ground and never bother it again. I think that's what she would have wanted.